Hello, and welcome to a brand new campaign run by me with 4 players I met on Roll20. The campaign is Tomb of Annihilation, a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons adventure set in the Forgotten Realms. Our players and I have never played D&D together, and some are playing for the first time. So don't take anything personal if we don't use rules or the books as written. The point of the game is to use the rules as guidelines to create an amazing story with friends, and I think we've done that. We have an Aasimar Warlock, a Triton Wizard, an Aasimar Paladin, and a Dwarven Monk taking on their first quest together against the Death Curse, a powerful curse in the land denying resurrection magic and slowly withering away those who have been resurrected. They will head to Chult, a land of mystery and danger, discover clues, and take on expeditions funded by gold won through quests, arena battles, and looting innovation places. So without spoiling anything, take a seat, remember that the audio and visuals mature and get better, and remember that all heroes have their beginnings, and this is theirs. So welcome to our Tomb of Annihilation campaign, starting now. We're playing Tomb of Annihilation. And in Tomb of Annihilation, we are in the island of Chult. And sometimes, after our adventurers spend a long time in the jungle in search of mysterious things, cities hidden, long lost, curses that have yet to be defined by those more powerful, in search of answers, in search of hope. Find yourselves pushing through the jungles after an encounter with a group of zombies and Batiri goblins lying in wait, preparing to ambush anything that were to come near. Having recently also ensnaring a few albino dwarves, which are native to the island of Chult, but also still rare in certain parts. You've befriended them after saving them, and have found yourselves making your way to a cave that you've heard about in passing by Azaka, who kind of suggested you find shelter soon. As 20 or so minutes pass, all 4 of you gather, Doldir, Irvin, Bellador, and Own, you find yourselves feeling a bit damp and hear the sputtering of droplets of rain. As such, you're tending to put your cloaks over your heads, try to keep a clear line of sight. The 2 pair of albino dwarves that you have rescued sort of lead the way in their very tribal attire. Their bare-chested white skin is adorned with a lot of tribal markings, these red swirls of incompleted shapes and words. Additionally, their hair is about like a light brown, if almost towards a bit of a blonde, and they're stout, much like Doldir, but using their spears in hand to kind of push themselves up and around the difficult terrain that is the Chultan jungle. So, on your way to this cave following your new companions, it is about maybe 4-ish in the afternoon. It is starting to lose some daylight. You find yourselves seeing more shadows in the jungle, still hearing the birds chirp and the insects buzz around. What would you all like to do?
So we follow them back to their place, right?
You are
taking us,
continuing to follow them currently.
Yeah, so I go to follow them. Yeah.
Hey, ask how far. Told you, ask them how far away the cave is.
Okay. Distance. Cave.
They turned and then simultaneously look back at you, point up ahead. And you see that you've been kind of snaking the side of a hilltop where it has kind of, in your absence of perception, transformed into some sort of small stone mountain. And you've been traversing it looking over what looks to be a lower section of the jungle. You're probably maybe 60 feet up, overlooking the jungle to what looks like a very long fall down. And the grass and dirt beneath your feet have kind of turned to hardened rock and pebbles. They point up ahead, and you see that the path into this mountain range kind of snakes and then turns inward into the mountain. Pointing up ahead, they speak out to Doldir. Ahead, not far. We're close now.
All right, guys, we're pretty close. Not much further we have to go.
Oh, hey.
The day is it? Like, do we know what time it is?
It was like 4 o'clock, they said.
Oh, we should get something to eat.
I turn and ask him, how long have you lived here?
Not long. 14 years.
Not long. Well, okay, I guess in dwarf, yeah, that is probably not long. Probably in dwarf years, yeah, that's probably not long.
For everyone else, that'd be quite a bit, but not for dwarves.
In dwarven culture, not only is a lifetime long for your people, but there's a difference between mountain-born dwarves, hill dwarves, and what could be considered outside aspects of your culture. Dwarves find that there is things that are above everything else. The purpose of a dwarf in your culture has always been to find something that you can accomplish, a trade that you can build upon. Not necessarily just a profession like blacksmithing or being a woodworker. Craft as a profession within the dwarven culture is the highest honor. Professional, amateur, it doesn't matter. So to maintain such a thing requires years of training and either staying within your fortress homes, your dwellings, and then eventually expanding on to wherever you want to go. So it could take dwarves decades to learn and master certain trades. And in those times, they don't often leave where they were born in order to do so. Dwarves are kind of homely in that sense and have that tradition. They don't seem, however, to be branched off as much as you thought of, though. Especially if they're talking about bringing you back to a cave they've lived in recently, but not for long.
We're back gonna be. Where's my level?
So, as you guys are continuing your approach, snaking up this cliffside, you don't recall how long you've been in the jungle. It seems still new, but also been here for a while. And Azaka kind of catches up to the rest of you all, and gives a bit of word of warning. I would be careful with the albinos. We know nothing of them.
You don't have any encounters with them, or you don't know anything of their ways?
In my time in Shult, I have not encountered albino dwarfs before, though I know of them and have heard rumor. They are much like the Batiri and very tribal, territorial.
Well, we helped them save their lives. Do you think they are honorable?
I
want to thank us, but it's just staying on guard as well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we should
Exactly.
let our guards way down, but I would imagine that they are grateful for helping them.
She keeps this low, hushed tone while speaking, and she continues. I agree. I think they may be grateful for the help. It does not hurt us to be cautious.
I agree. Those are wise words.
So as time progresses, you finally make it about 10 more minutes up the mountain range and find yourselves turning into a funnel of tall trees that kind of block the western side of the mountain, and the stone wall side that kind of breaks and pushes you kind of close off the edge. The path kind of gets narrower as you're pushing yourself into this squeeze between jungle and mountain, and eventually you see up ahead a path where there's a bit of a wooden barricade ahead and a couple of other albino doors stand post. Getting closer, you see in what starts to become an opening of sporadic barriers of wooden spikes off in the distance in the camp that you're not in yet. You do see other albino dwarves moving about, gathering equipment, passing back and forth, and sharing glances as you approach the barricade into this camp. The dwarves start speaking to one another in a much more fast pace, speaking their language and getting off, speaking Dwarvish by nature, Doldir. You hear, brought outsiders who aided, will reward kin, others give offering. Take them in, offering tonight.
Okay, yeah, we'll take the offering tonight.
The other albinos look over kind of cautiously at the group and you, Doldir. They walk towards you and they look at the group behind you and they nod their head and then put an arm on your shoulder and say, "Welcome. Join with us now. Become part of kin. Stronger together, dwarves."
I'm sorry. I just thought about...
That dog just slaps in their face, actually.
I am most humbled, but me already have kin. These my kin.
He points to the group. Yours. You own.
No own. Companions, friends.
They seem taken aback by it momentarily. One of the albino dwarves comes over with a spear, looking at the group and starting to kind of like search their persons and looking about, seeing if there's anything suspicious. He comes up particularly to Irvin and Belhudor and points to both of them and like seems pretty excited and starts talking back and forth to the other albinos. How long travel with those two?
No, you want to say, what, about a week and a half? How long has it been? Like a week and a half? 2 weeks? 5 days?
It's been like a week and a
This
half.
is like, yeah,
well,
it's about.
Well, the time in Waterdeep, and then the voyage over, and then Port Yanzaru.
Oh yeah, it's been over.
So it's been a few weeks. as you've known them.
So, couple weeks, 2 weeks, 14 moons and suns, if they understand that.
Not friends.
Not threats.
No,
They actually,
not friends.
but they are friends.
Too young.
Too young. They helped save you guys. Man with wings saved you from nets.
Is all this in Dwarvish?
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
pretty much.
I don't think they would speak any language we would understand.
They are speaking a very abnormal dialect. To you, they're speaking a foreign dwarven language. To Doldir, they're speaking a very broken form of Dwarvish that he's kind of piecing together, and only certain words are coming out of what is the whole.
So how much of this am I actually understanding? Because as I recall, I had comprehend languages going when we ended the game.
Right. You would be understanding the same dialect that Doldir understands, as they're speaking Dwarvish, but with an accent that seems to be specific to their culture. It isn't something. It isn't its own language. It is as if you were to walk into an island.
18.
You know, any culture, and find that different areas have different accents. So you would understand some of this, but as they continue going back and forth with you, Doldir, you watch them. We trust you.
Okay.
We'll make
I'll-
offering at night. You will be rewarded.
Okay. I'll watch them. They good people. We will help you with offering.
Just smile awkwardly. Nod my head like, like, what's going on? What did they say?
Yeah, I was like, what the hell's going on? I have no idea what they're saying.
I'll go back into explain to them. All right, guys. So basically, they don't really trust y'all three. Well, all five of y'all. But I told them, me and you, we've been traveling together. We're good. We're going to make this offering at nighttime. It's going to be somewhere deep inside the cave. I think we have to explore this cave anyway, so we might as well just knock out two birds with one stone. If I was, just thinking that. But be very careful here because they do not trust y'all at all. I'm free and clear. Don't
Explain to you. Did they explain to you why they got so excited when they saw me and Irvin?
Yeah, why don't they trust us? We saved.
Yeah, they don't trust us. They got excited. They got happy when we came, but now they don't trust us. What the hell?
You know what? We are living in a dangerous part of the world, so I mean, they might have been happy, like, yeah, they've been set free, but some people still backstab people. In the back, that can still happen. You know that. Mm-hmm.
They kind of like
I'm
start
just saying,
pushing the barriers away and starts like waving you to enter the encampment. It's very spacious. There's open ground. It doesn't seem to be the most fortified of places, but there are what you see lots of like spiked barriers around certain areas of this open expanse. There seem to be only 2 medium-sized tents, but looking around, you all see maybe 6 or so albino dwarves in total here. There doesn't seem to be a lot of them, but there does seem to also have a lot of equipment. You see a lot of like boxes. You see barrels being put on wagons, and they're kind of pushing them, and also glancing at the party at the entrance to the encampment while pushing, wheelbarrows towards what is around the corner, the bend into the cave.
Okay. Well, guys, it looks like we're here.
So,
Can I see what's in the wheelbarrows?
Make a perception check.
My character sheet closed. Bring that back up.
Then open it. Open that character.
I'm doing? Oh, there it is. Jesus.
You're blind.
Well, I had it minimized, and it kind of grazed it out, and it was over the white.
So with a 12, you kind of look at the albino dwarf that's kind of pushing this wooden wheelbarrow with one wheel on it, just pushing it through the uneven terrain. But the stout and what looks to be in the barrel seem to be a couple of barrels sealed, closed. You don't get a idea what may be in them, but you also see in the barrel a bunch of different things like clothing, belts, rocks. There just seems to be an assortment of things that they've piled in and are pushing into the cave.
I'll nudge Boulder and kind of nod to the barrels. What do you think they're?
You want me to check out the barrels?
I'm just kind of. I don't want to be a rude guest, but I'm curious about their culture here, and I'm not certain what their intentions are there. I mean, does what I see make sense for what I gather from these tribal dwarves? I mean, they've got wheelbarrows and tools. Are they more modernized, or?
Everything they seem to be using is very primitive, and the most modern thing is probably the tents. They seem to be things you've encountered before recently when searching for equipment to purchase. However, they seem to be ripped and resewed, damaged and rebuilt. Additionally, as the group moves more into the encampment, you do see the entrance to the cave. There is a additional wooden barrier on the right flank of it, and a actually prominent watchtower on the opposite side, just right in front of the cave mouth, with an albino dwarf standing atop of it, spear in hand. It's about 8 to 10 feet up, and he just looks to be watching the perimeter of the encampment. Come. Eat. Rest. We'll take.
Oh, great.
Should we set up our own tents if we're gonna spend the night here?
No, I'm just gonna sleep in their tents.
Well, there's not enough. I doubt those tents are big enough for everyone here.
Remember, we are 4-foot people.
Yes. All right. So the rest of us should set up our own tents then.
He points to the group and he goes, "No." And he points to the 3 girls. "You, tent." And then he points to the 3 of you guys. "You, tent." And he points like 30 to 40 feet away from them and points out to these like patches of land for you guys to build your tents. And he kind of goes, "Separate. Not together."
All right.
Got it.
Yeah, so basically the girls are going to sleep over there, and the dudes, we're going to sleep over there.
You with us. Come. Drink.
Now?
Eat.
All right. You ain't got to tell me twice. Yeah.
So while they kind of like leave you guys watched with a dwarf watching each of the groups, and they kind of like insistently want you to build your tents and like get your things ready, Doldir, they kind of take to their own side, where there are these 2 medium-sized tents, and they're not they're not like these very finely made things. They seem to be probably things they found over the course of time and then repatched over and over again. But as the rain is dripping down, they like open one of the tent flaps, and inside you see breads. This is Doldir, however. They've only taken him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Y'all go ahead and make y'all's tents.
Okay.
Doldir, when you see the tents, the food looks like there's a good amount of food here, but it isn't something you would find very feastly in an inn. The bread looks to be old, and a bit hard, but they grab it and they bite into it, crunching it into it. It's good. Take. And they like put it in your hand, and they have water, and they start spilling it into what is a broken cup, and they like bring it to you, and they pass it over. Good. Water safe. Cleaned this morning. Rain catchers.
Okay. And I go. What I'll do, I'll go into one of my my pouches, and I'll pull out some what's that whiskey? Oh, not that whiskey.
Tej?
Pull out some Tej. So hey, water, good. Liquor, better.
Do you offer them the Tej?
Yeah, I offer them some.
Okay. So the dwarf that you've been working with for a while, his name is Neji.
Let me write that down.
And as you offer him a sip of the flask, and you're like trying to chew this really harsh bread, he takes a sip of the Tej, and he like spits up a bit, looks at it, and then goes to start drinking more of it. And as he's starting to gulp it down, he just goes, it's good.
So how much of this am I
It's
getting
good.
to watch, DM? How much of this am I getting to watch? I figure time to set up a tent, get inside, and if they're not dragging me off to eat, I'm gonna peer through the eyes of my familiar.
Yeah, they haven't really given you time to look about. They kind of insistent that you start building your tent. It is getting dark. Asaka, Eku, and the Acolyte look to be waiting for your word, but Asaka gives a big untrusting like glance around and goes, I'm gonna trap my tent. I suggest you do the same.
Yeah, I don't trust. I'm something suspicious about this.
Anyway, might as well start anyway. He definitely look to be in
Yo,
the cave
I
I've
was
been to before.
so close to spelling his name correct. I just missed the other I.
It's okay.
I just said Neji from Naruto. Neji.
Yeah. So you saw Dolder do disappear into the camp, and then you do hear the talking back and forth with them. But for now, you're setting up your tents. You're working together to pitch them before it gets too dark. Dolder's feasting with Neji, and eventually, 30 minutes or so pass as you're all kind of doing stuff. What would you all like to work on, get to?
Setting up the tent for us.
I mean, we're not getting like a full rest, right? They wanted to do something at night.
You could try. You can attempt a short rest.
It's not gonna do me any good.
I guess I'll do a short rest to just try and get the hit points I lost back in the fight.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that
Yeah.
too. Short resting here.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same.
Okay.
Hey, Max. 22 out of 26. You know what? I'll waste another one. Do I really want to waste another hit die?
DM, I'm gonna set up an alarm spell around my tent. I'm gonna set my tent up. Just set down an alarm spell, and I'm gonna keep an eye on Boulder.
Okay.
So what I'll do, I want to talk to him because I want to learn a little bit more about what this offering is.
Okay. So about an hour passes. You guys get your tents pitched. Night comes. They create a extensive set of torches around the encampment. Light them, and you see that they're pretty focused on keeping watch every now and then. There will be growling of zombies approaching, but they'll get stuck on a barrier, and it's not an excessive amount of them. They seem to be thinned out the higher up in the mountain range you've climbed. But the albinos take care of it, and eventually with time also, a very hardy boar is brought and prepared and starting to be roasted as you've all kind of gathered to the center of the encampment. Everyone invited. and it's been about an hour to 2.5 hours of rest.
So real quick, may I ask, who needs the 8-hour rest?
I do.
The full caster.
Okay,
Yeah.
so pretty much everybody needs the 8-hour rest.
I have got
I can get by
Mine
without it.
one
I think-
spell left, and
Because
that's
we
it.
don't know what this offering might be. We might need everything.
I think we should go for it, but
Yeah.
like, if we get a chance to take a full rest, we should.
I have everything just in case things go bad, so
Well, so what?
I
Yeah,
don't
so what
need it.
I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna try to convince him to let us take a full rest. You may not like what I have to say about y'all, but if my persuasiveness works, he may allow us to do it.
Can I assist him by making a recommendation?
I have no idea what you're all doing, so you might as well RP it and we'll find out.
All right.
All right, so I'm gonna break away from Neji real quick. Like be back, convene with teammates. So I'll run over to y'all. Hey guys, how y'all doing? I'm a little drunk. Sorry.
I noticed.
oh, that doesn't surprise me at all.
Anyway, we're supposed to go somewhere at night, but Owen, you look pretty toe up. Irvin, you look tired as well. Bellador, Belly. That's your new nickname, Belly. I'm gonna see what I can do instead of trying to do it, Lord Jesus, Lord. Not tonight. There we go. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Not tonight, but like 6 more hours. Because I know y'all need a rest. Me, 30 minutes. I'm good to go. But anyway, yeah. Y'all done with that?
Yeah. Can I make a suggestion though?
You want to come over and talk to him?
Oh no, I can't. I understand what they're saying when I have my magics going, but I can't respond in same.
Gotcha. Yeah, they're speaking like, you know how we got American English now. They speak like broken English back in like 17.
That deep Cajun South. Nobody knows.
Okay, what is it more like? Is it like the broken English? No, not broken English. The old English from like England or like Cajun?
It's more, you could say Cajun, but it's very reminiscent of someone who's seen or been exposed to a language enough to know basic words to interact with.
Gotcha.
Because they're speaking to each other very easily, but you're only catching words that are like every second word because you know it. So you're kind of pushing them together and saying this is what they mean. And they're sort of doing the same to you because they don't fully understand your Dwarvish. You're kind of meeting in the middle on things you understand.
Yeah, so the deep South talking to someone from Boston, something like that.
Very
So,
anyway,
as you were saying, what you wanted to say?
Yeah.
my recommendation, and I think this works well given my past experiences doing this, the next time that you try to explain to them how we are friends, maybe not so much focus on the time aspect, but that we are friends by the deeds that we've done.
Okay. Well, they asked me by time, so my fault.
Yeah. No. And this there's really only so much I can do here. These are more your people than mine. This is your whole world is like alien to me. Well,
your people?
These Maz people. But I got you.
Yeah. I'm not even from the surface, so I mean, it took some time for me to accommodate to this.
And then Bailey, you had something to say?
I don't speak any kind of Dwarfish. I have no way of understanding what any of them are saying.
Okay. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna try to persuade Neji over here to at least let us rest at least 8 hours. Because we don't know what's gonna happen with this offering.
Yeah,
and also then too, I'll try to figure out what the offering exactly is too.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. It was like, do you know anything about this?
Oh, and
I
do me a favor and maybe not mention that
the curse? Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm contact.
Wait, say that again. You sort of broke up.
Do me a favor and maybe mention, maybe not mention that I have a divine contact.
a divine connection. Yeah, okay. Because your Wi-Fi connection is
No.
whack.
I was hoping I could just sit outside and watch the rain while we played, but I guess not.
Yeah, I was gonna say, try to keep as much information about us to a minimum as possible.
Scholar. I'm not a healer or servant to a deity that they don't know. Does that make sense?
Gotcha. All right. Let's talk about us. More find out about me. Gotcha. Okay. I'm gonna go run over there again. You know, I'm gonna run like you know how like little kid run.
Yeah.
Well, by the time you've made it back, Neji's already shared much of the alcohol you brought with you to the other
That's
doors.
fine. I got a whole other flags he don't know about.
Yeah, who've kind of drinking it all, and by the time you come back over, Mortej, where do you get?
Port Nianzaro. Big city by ocean.
Where is this?
God, it's, what, east, I believe? Northeast? Is it northeast?
Mostly north, but yes.
Yeah, so, north. Way north. We got here in, what, 2 days?
3 days? Yeah, but we used
you came by boat, though.
A boat,
yeah,
too,
we did come
set
by
up
boat.
that first day.
Roughly, DM, just how, if we did it by foot, how long?
Probably a couple weeks.
5.
Wow, okay.
Not only did you roll really well, but a boat with the current going downriver is much easier than walking through a zombie-infested dinosaur mayhem.
All right, so I tell them we took a boat, so we got here in 2-3 moons. But walking all the way north, you're looking about 14 moons.
They kind of like look at one another and start talking, and you get must gather others, go to north, take everything, all detach.
Oh, okay. Tej, coin or money. I'll take out. Wait, do I have a gold piece? Hold on. I have a copper piece. Well, I got some silver pieces too. I'll take out a silver piece.
Okay.
Tej,
Gold piece, I can give you one.
silver piece. Money.
Offering. Offering.
Offering.
He points to the coins. You have offering.
Here, I'll give him the silver coin. I'm down to 59 now. Thanks a lot for your great idea, wasting the money away.
He takes the silver pieces. Oh, good offering.
Wait, all of them or just the one?
Whatever you give him, he takes, and he goes.
I give him one.
Okay, he takes one. He goes, good offering. More.
I don't have more. I need more.
No. Offering, nothing. Power, everything.
I mean, I got plenty of power. I'm strong. Oh, speaking of power, if you want more power, my friends or associates or teammates need more rest. They very weak. Not like us dwarfs. I'm sorry, guys.
We're all gonna die. Oh, they're weak.
Oh,
We can eat them.
they're weak.
Very
Trust
weak. After we
me.
just saved their asses, and then now they're
Don't worry. They'll be asleep. They're weak. We can take them.
They're like, all right. Well, we don't hear this because we don't speak dwarf. So.
Yeah. Dolder kind of looks over and thumbs up the group, and then Neji also thumbs up the group.
Do I need to roll
I
persuasion?
just nod with like, can I try? Can I do insight?
I don't think you can insight in language you don't understand.
You can insight his intentions based on what you've seen so far.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, can I get a vibe from these guys?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Alright. Let's see. Insight. Oh, really?
That's right. You don't understand me. You don't know my struggles. No, I'm just.
Dwarves are a complicated people, especially ones you don't speak a language with. But from what you've gathered so far, they haven't shown you much ill will. But at the same time, they also seem trusting of you, regardless of the fact that you saved them.
Okay.
As you're kind of
God,
talking with them, Doldir, Neji kind of points to the group, to his group of dwarves, his albinos. Dwarves came hundreds of years ago. Great city beneath the island. Driven away. Come to the jungle. Too weak to survive. Sun too strong. Animals too big. Weapons none. Power gone. The dwarves find power in cave. Offer great strength. Give great strength. Require offering. He brings up the silver coin. Offering. And then in his other hand, he makes a fist. Power.
Bring power gives you power. Offering, maybe if you offer.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe
power,
the offering
based on the
gives you
offering?
power.
Based
But
on
now I'm yeah, based on. So I guess the better. So let me ask: the better the offering, the more power it gives you.
He starts nodding his head in agreement. Yes, yes. He gets up, and he brings you. He points at you, specifically you, and asks you to come over and follow him.
The boulder? You're talking about? He points to boulder.
Yeah, he's talking about me. Yeah.
To Dolder. He points to Dolder, and he like gets up from his
Yeah.
the thing. Some of the albinos start cutting and carving the boar at this point, and like handing it out to everybody, the albinos, the group, you guys. But he points to Dolder, and he waves you over to come follow him back towards one of the tents.
I follow him cautiously.
Okay. He goes, as he's walking, he brings the coin back up, and he goes, offering. He brings up a fist. Power. Small offering. Small power. And he like opens the tent, and you see tied up 4 Batiri goblins. Big offering. Big power. And they're all squirming around, like wiggling within their bindings. There's just 4 of them tied to this pole. And yeah.
I'm trying to see, do I even find this? Because I'm freaking lawful good. But if they're goblins, goblins are evil anyway. I'm like, all right. I'll be a little off-put, but I will understand. So I was like, did they attack you guys or your people?
Batiri goblin spits on the ground and then like pushes the spit into the dirt. Batiri no people. Batiri no dwarf.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna get in the middle of y'all affairs, but if they're gonna be the offering, I guess it's okay.
He puts his hand on your shoulder and he goes, I give your friends time to rest. They sleep. Morning. We make
go.
them offering.
Yes. Yes. I'm down for that. Yes, I agree.
Okay. He, in agreement, he nods his head. Good. You will gain much power with them. And he turns and walks out the camp and the tent and back to the fire.
I just got what's going on as a player. As a player, I know what's going on now.
As a player, the rest of you all are kind of like, the albinos are kind of like giving you slabs of wood with boar meat on it, pretty medium to raw, and they do have water. They offer it freely. There's really not a wide range of like food here. But you feel like to them this is like substantial. This is like this is everything to them. To offer fresh meat to people, but as as they do, eventually like Neji does return, and Doldir kind of like walks behind him, and Neji goes and speaks in Dwarvish. Acceptance, true offering, brother, to ascend. And he kind of points to Doldir, and the albinos kind of start going, ah!
So that is Boulder back with us now?
Yeah, unless Doldir stays in the tent.
Yeah, I'll go back with my crew. But I do want to ask Neji one last thing. What is it exactly that gives you power?
How long is the power?
He picks up the silver coin again, and he goes, offering. And he puts it back in your hand.
Okay, I guess I'll find out tomorrow morning.
Still taking a chance. I'm gonna ask him. So what happened when he took you over there?
Okay, so all right, guys, man, this is ridiculous. All right, so apparently somewhere deep inside the cave, I don't know what it is. You might be better to realize what it is, but the better the offering, the better the power you get in return. How long does it last? I do not know. But they did just show me, was it 3 or 4?
It was 4.
4 goblins tied up that they're going to use as an offering.
Go ahead.
Is there anything that you may know that is able to give you power if you sacrifice something?
Yep.
What is that?
Unpleasant.
Let's say something we probably don't want to encounter.
Demons, devils, dark gods, fae, a number of aberrations, anything from the far plane, I think. Not anything you really want to be a part of usually.
Okay.
So I mean, look at it this way: we do similar things with the gods that everybody tends to worship in our respective countries, but it's not anything like let's sacrifice something for power. It's worship, good deeds, a tithe, right? And they're talking about sacrificing sentient beings to something for power.
Life. Yeah, life for power. That's not good.
Which brings me to my other question. I couldn't help but notice that it's not very clear as to whether or not we're going with you to partake in the offerings, or if we are your
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Nobody wants to insight check Doldir?
I was listening to it, wasn't I?
Oh, they were at the camp, the tent.
He has my familiar.
Oh, okay.
I told you exactly what I was doing.
That's fine. So you did hear the conversation with him in the tent.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, he did, not
Owen
heard it through the.
Yeah.
Did you relay it?
I mean, Doldir's relayed as much of it as he's wanted to.
This was me bringing it up.
I'm going to insight check him since I have no idea what happened in the tent.
I just told you. It's like, are we the sacrifices or are we guests?
Well,
yeah.
To my understanding, you guys, I don't know. They may think that I might sacrifice y'all to get stronger, but I'm not gonna do that. I might be able to sacrifice some money though and get stronger, but I ain't gonna do all that. I'm not sacrificing anything.
That poses another question.
Yeah, if push comes to shove, I'm not sacrificing y'all just to get power, because I ain't gonna be able to defeat the curse without y'all anyway. Because why? I may be a badass, but I ain't that good. You know what I'm saying? But anyway.
Yeah. I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Even if you don't intend to, if you're not going, do they intend to try and sacrifice?
I don't
This is
think
another
so.
question.
Yeah.
Because like I said, they have 4 goblins already tied up that I believe they're going to use as an offer.
But you just said the more sacrifices.
Yeah, you just said the more sacrifices, the higher the power.
Yes, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to sacrifice you.
No, but they could sacrifice you two. They might just turn on all of us and try to sacrifice all of us.
And if that happens,
well,
you guys will be ready to fight. Because guess what?
Yeah,
y'all
we're
gonna
gonna
sleep
rest.
for 8 hours. Y'all, we ain't going in the morning. Y'all be happy about that.
Here's the thing. This is what I think we should do. I think we need to get some funds together for an offering. Something that is substantial enough that the dwarves won't be offended if we offer it instead of living sacrifices.
Where we gonna find that in such short little time?
They were very happy with silver.
Yes, they were very happy.
What if we use gold?
I have, out of our group funds here. Where'd it go? Oh, I got a tab up there. Over 700 gold.
Then we should put 50 in it then.
Why don't we do 200 gold?
Whoa,
No.
whoa,
There's
whoa, buddy. Woo!
Whoa.
I think we can all agree 50 is good.
There's 7 of us, so maybe 140, 10 GP per person.
I don't have 10 GP. I'm living off
Wait,
silver and
We're
copper.
getting it out of the party fund.
I mean, they accepted, or they really enjoyed the 1 silver. I think 50 gold might be just good enough.
For much power. But I think that we should aim higher than 50. I think that it needs to be enough pieces of metal that it looks nice. Because they're not going to care about our terms of value.
Yeah.
All right. You know what,
Irvin, what do you think?
Oh, you know what? I'll leave it up to your device. You got the party fund money. I swear to God.
Anybody else have a problem
more than
with that?
200, I'm coming for you.
Okay.
All right. Who thinks that we should each put 50 in the offering to get us each power?
I don't have 50.
We're doing the party fund.
No, not 50 per person for party fund, because that would be almost everything we have.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm saying 10 per person. There's 7 of us. No,
70 gold?
20 per person, and there's 7 of us.
140, so I might as well make it even 150 at that point.
And I'm going to throw in all of the silver pieces that I have to kind of make that look a little nicer.
How much silver do you have?
I am okay with that.
I have like 8. If anybody else wants to throw in some change, that'd be great.
I'll throw in. I only got 60 silver pieces.
I'll give you 5 silver.
I'll give you 5.
I'll give you
5.
4.
Okay. 4.
I mean, Asaka speaks up and she goes, "Why don't we just kill them?"
Whoa.
Wow.
You don't see me coming around to your house and beating up. Well, I sort of did beat up a bunch of, chokers. But that was in the arena. It was fair game. But you don't see me coming around to choke and killing every single choke I see, do you?
So, Asaka, here's a good reason why. The fewer fights that we have to have, the more likely we'll win the fights that we have to have.
Yeah.
See? Use your brain.
She
measure our resources.
As I take another sip of
snarls.
If we have good relations with these dwarves, they are a lot closer to get to for shelter than town.
Exactly. You gotta think about it.
As they're as Dolder's just like pointing at his brain. Asaka's just snarling while taking a large bite out of the bloodied boar piece, and she goes and just starts swallowing it whole without even chewing through it.
Dang, girl, it ain't that
serious. I was just gonna say, damn, girl.
It ain't that serious. All right, but guys, come on. We gotta get our rest. We're not gonna leave until sunlight. So that is good. We are going to sleep through the night.
Yeah. Just in case, guys. We do need to be prepared for anything that happens, though. So we should get rest.
I'm gonna hit the sack as I scratch my lower back.
So, as you got all eaten your food and taken time and discuss this, Eku, Yakalite, Asaka take to their encampments, and you see Asaka very blatantly place a bear trap in front of her, the entrance to her tent, and go in for the night.
She needs to chill.
Owen ritually casts alarm as you're saying she needs to chill. Yeah, he's just in the background, just going, "Yeah, ma, nada."
She needs to chill.
Yeah, you mogway go by these out. As the night progresses, Doldir may offer you a place within their tents. And for the most of the night, they stay up actually pretty late, the dwarves. Drinking whatever Tej you offer and bring up, and partaking in...
That is the only flask I have. We are not going...
Then they are done. They have drinking everything you've offered them.
They drink that one flask. I'm saving that other one for emergency.
So remember, you have one flask left, and it's going to be quite an adventure still. But they've eaten pretty much all of the boar, and periodically you see some of them even like chewing on the bone pieces and licking them dry, making sure they don't put any of it to waste. And you go back to the tent, and eventually they talk about where they came from, being a city that was half covered in covered in water, but probably what they suggest that it's probably even off the island of Cholt that they even came from, being that it was submerged. But you gather that with some time, for the most part, they don't bring up too much suspicion other than what has already been brought up, their primal ways. But you all get to sleep, and one by one, you have a couple of conversations. You hear the crackling of the campfire. Time progresses, and each one of you find yourselves going to sleep one by one, and for hours on end.
Okay.
I set alarm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he heard you. It's a...
Yeah.
Heard you.
We get half of our HD back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that rounded up or down?
Half your what?
Is it rounded up or down?
Yeah, half
HP.
your hit die. You have your hit die.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean since you're level 3?
Yeah.
I believe it's rounded up. Which is fine by me. So.
We
But
got
you
full
all
rest.
should have. But you all will recover.
I just get one back, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm at 2 now.
With time, you all wake up. In the wee early hours of the morning, you hear
I
the
can finally take off
sound.
this stupid death save.
You hear the peaceful
Yeah,
sound
you had that.
of the. Yeah, that's right. Your death saves are gone. That's important. Because as you all wake up, you hear a bit of a panic. Conversations start rising. Doldir, you're still in a stupor. Early morning isn't your thing.
No, it's not.
But Owen, Bellador, and Irvin, being a little bit closer to this commotion, you hear raised voices shouting, and then an eventual scuffle as you all wake up, and one by one open the tent flap, see Asaka and a couple of the albino dwarves in a tussle.
Right.
Asaka has a bow and arrow notched and pointed at 2 albinos who have spears pointed at her, and she screams out, "Where is she?"
Oh, great.
What?
I want to cast Mage Armor first of all.
Okay,
Yes, sir. What's going on?
Yeah, Bellador casts Mage Armor. Doldir, you're still sleeping.
I know.
You just knocked the fuck out.
I have the familiar wake 'em up, and I start casting ritually comprehend languages.
You get bit by a snake, Doldir.
Ah!
And
God!
It smacked the snake away, but then you hear a scuffle outside. You hear a very angered and gruttle sound from Asaka going, "Where is she?" And she like pulls back the arrow further as the two albino dwarves kind of like still flank her and have their spears pointed at her. Echo kind of walks out of the tent as well, and on her own looks at the group and she goes, "I can't find her."
Find who?
Sakura?
I would assume so.
She wasn't there when we woke.
But she was when you went to sleep. She saw her before you guys went to sleep.
Yes, she was sleeping closer to the back end of the tent, but there's a hole in the end.
What do you mean there's a hole? Show me.
You walk over, and she kind of like gives you a wide berth to not step on the bear trap. And you see inside, looking at the flap, there is a cut within the back of the tent, and it's just a flap open, and the wind is blowing right through it.
While that's happening, I'm gonna go up to Azaka and try and calm her down to not start a fight with these dwarves.
I'll go to the tent where the goblins were being held.
Okay. So I need a investigation check from Owen. I need a persuasion from Bellador and Doldir. While that's going on, you hear the commotion and everything. Walk over to the tent. You notice that not only is Neji not here, most of the dwarves seem to be gone, including the Batiri goblins that you saw in the tent. Pretty much most of the encampment has been pushed away, but Owen, looking at the tent, looking around, you do see sort of a line, very blatant set of flattened grass and dirt that has kind of been pushed out from this hole. Whatever was taken from here was dragged out.
Can we follow it?
You can certainly try. Bellador, you're trying to calm Asaka down from unloading an arrow in between the eyes of one of these albinos. And the words do resonate as she doesn't lower her bow, and she goes, "You have 1 minute to tell these dwarves to bring her back now."
I'm gonna call to Irvin, like, "Irvin, go get Doldir now."
He's already coming.
Well, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, man. I need to lay off the drinking. Like however. Okay, alright. So I just look, goblins are gone. I don't see Neji around nowhere. I started speaking to the dwarf. Where is Neji? And then where are the girls, the girl and the goblins?
The dwarves. Neji has taken offerings. Will bring back great power, you will see. Then you become believer.
Okay. So, what's her name again? Oh no, I asked him which way is offering, or the cave.
The cave is right behind them. The cave is maybe 60 to a little bit further away past them. You're in the center of this the camp, and you do see towards the cave. It kind of opens up into this like 20-foot tall opening. There is still the watchtower that looks over it, and there's an albino dwarf standing atop of it. He looks a bit disciplined to stay there, but is also making sure to watch this interaction.
Gotcha.
But the dwarves go kind of take a wide berth with their spears. You are one of us. These are not your people.
I have many people, but I need to know how long has it been since they left?
It should have been done already.
Okay. All right. So
Hey, Boulder, hold up.
Yeah.
We need to get moving.
Yeah. That's.
This is what I recommend.
Do my dialogue. Dang it.
I got you. Listen to me real quick. Ask one of them to take us as a guide, because we wanted to make our own offerings.
Okay. So, we want to go make our own offerings. We're going to sacrifice her, the one that's holding. I tapped the one that's holding the bow. We're going to sacrifice her. We want to go to make our offering so we can become very strong. Can you take us?
Make a deception check.
Oh God, I'm bad at that. Here we
Am
go, guys.
Am I aiding?
Not really.
Is he getting
You've given him an idea. You haven't really helped him.
Oh, it's just a basic 10.
As you're kind of talking this out, Asaka's still got the bow and arrow pointed, and she's getting ready to just let one slip. And the albinos go look at one another, talk briefly. You will have to wait for Neji to return. He has given us orders not to let you pass yet.
Owen sighs loudly and starts rummaging in a bag.
As that happens, there's two in front of you, and there's one that is on top of a watchtower about 40 to 60 feet away from you. That is at the opening of the cave.
So I'm about to tell everybody in English, because the other dwarves won't understand what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna tell everybody, run for it.
Hold up. I pull out 10 gold pieces. I would like to gauge their reaction when they see it.
Okay. You pull them out. You move forward.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Moving forward, you see some shadows coming from the cave mouth. But as you're moving towards the albinos, their eyes kind of move towards your hand and see the offering of 10 gold. And in acknowledgement, they both say, offering, offering, offering.
Tell them that I will offer this to the first person that will guide us to where this offering is right now.
He said, y'all can have this if you take us inside the cave.
As you're trying to negotiate this, the shadows that come from the cave mouth are a couple of familiar figures. You see Neji and one of the other dwarves, the albinos, come out with a Batiri goblin in tow. They're dragging him by its leg. Neji himself looks physically strong. He seems to be more... his posture is very confident. He seems to have grown more muscular since the last you've seen him. And his beard and chest look to be just more pronounced. And he drags and then pulls this Batiri goblin outside of the cave mouth with just one arm. And he calls out, "Brother, look! I will show you great power." And he drops the Batiri on the goblin on the ground. And as the goblin is released from Neji's grasp, it panics, looks up instinctually, realizes it's free, and begins to run. After the goblin runs about 10 to 25 feet, Neji stares it down, and then Hulk jumps across 30 feet towards the goblin and impales it in the back with his body and just tackles it to the ground. Just as he tackles it into the ground, the goblin just, spine severed, just screams out. And then Neji goes, "Look, mighty offering was given. Mighty power was taken." And he puts his two hands on the goblin's face and starts to create this necrotic magic force in his hands. And the goblin's power starts to wither as it starts to decompose into his arms. And the power starts to siphon into Neji.
Oh my god.
I'll walk up to him. Neji, the girl. Where is she?
She is your offering. He looks as he's like, the goblin is just like, as he pulls out his hands, and you just see this raw power in Neji's fists. And he looks at you and goes, girl is your offering. You will have this too. And he puts his arm on your shoulder like he's done before, but this time it's an extreme amount of strength like you've never felt before. You will become strong like us. You are our kin.
I'm already strong. In my own way.
And
but
that's where we're going to take our break. As though there goes, I'm already strong.
I'm already strong. Oh, I need to go get a beer. I mean, not a beer. I need to go get a hard lemonade.
Because this might be something.
This is going to be tough.
Yeah.
I'm really not trying to fight.
Yeah.
Dude.
And it's not like it's not like we can assist you with persuasion stuff because we don't speak the language.
And I'm terrible with deception, with charisma. I only got minus one to it. Great. I'll be right back.
Okay, sir. So, as Neji has basically hulked out on this Batiri goblin and sort of taken the life essence of it into his body to give him some sort of enhanced physical strength, he puts his hand on your shoulder and says, this strength. Now you've become strong too. Dodir replies back, I'm already strong. And with
my friends are my power.
Jesus.
This is gonna turn into a shonen real quick. My friends are my power.
Oh wow.
Well, this ain't Soul Leader, so this ain't gonna end well.
That doesn't work in the real world.
So, with that,
Hey, buddy.
he looks into you,
Come
Neji, and says, join us. Make the offering. Become one of us.
That's tempting. Very tempting. But where is the girl?
Make a persuasion check. Deji looks at you. You're not one of us, are you?
Not when it comes to sacrificing my own kin, or I should say friends, to gain power. Then no, I'm not like you.
You see
Matter
a
of fact,
disappointed, face, Neji.
what happened?
You see a disappointed face across him.
I'm
It's
sorry.
disappointed.
With his hand still on you, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
I figured as much.
11. You feel a cold chill on your shoulder as you start to feel your life essence being pulled out of you as a strong dwarven fists grasped into you.
Oh, we fighting, boys.
Apparently so.
You suffer 7 points of necrotic damage.
Oh.
As Neji pulls in your strength, and you see him start to breathe in healthy. And then he immediately goes to punch you into the chest. I need everyone to prepare for combat.
Oh, I wanted this to end peacefully. Remember, guys.
We wish for peace. That didn't happen.
Just knock him out. Don't kill him.
So,
token.
One moment. I need.
Yeah, let me know when my token's up. I'm still getting my food together.
Well, I can get a 19 on an initiative, but I can't get a 19 on a constitution.
Dude, that just means you're gonna whoop the shit out of him before he gets to do anything else to you.
I said prepare.
Don't worry, guys. I got a 5.
I said prepare for combat, not to roll initiative.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna have to.
Well, that's what that.
I thought it meant the same thing.
I thought that was
yeah,
the
me
same
too.
thing. Yeah, I thought it was the same thing.
I would have said click on your token and roll for initiative.
Oh.
Okay, then.
That's so good.
It's alright.
Let me get my battle medicine, my Nutter Butters.
We have Doldir here, Bellador, Irvin, Owen, Aku.
Hang on, I gotta get my duck fat out. I gotta drink that real quick. Get ready for battle.
Here you have a supercharged Neji. And I will...
Does nobody else do that?
So you should all now be on a map.
Try cooking duck.
Oh, crap, I just realized I can't do what I was gonna do now.
Okay. This light kind of makes it difficult. Like, put it about here. Okay. So you should all be now onto a map. And what we'll do now is fix it like this. Okay. So Neji pulls some power out of Doldir. What I'm gonna need now is to add Owen, what did you roll? 6?
I don't know why he didn't put me in there.
We weren't on the map yet. Irvin was...
No, I just did it as soon as the turn order went up.
Oh, okay. You have to click your token.
I did.
I saw it pop up in the turn order, then disappear for a second.
Bellador.
Wow, our team really rolled high for initiatives, guys. Don't worry.
5. Doldir, you were what?
19. Which makes sense. I just been vampire touched.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, we want to punch the guy responsible.
Mm-hmm.
So here we have 11, and then me. He'll roll. And
You see, this is a dwarf thing, so all the dwarves have to go first before the rest of us, guys. Don't worry.
Okay. So, with that, as the turn order starts, and the power is drained from Doldir, Asaka looks over as it happens and immediately lets loose an arrow into the first albino dwarf in front of her. Let's see. Sorry about that. Gotta put this over here. Sokka is going to take a longbow shot of 21 to hit for 10 points of piercing damage into the first albino dwarf. She will fire it off. It will impale into his chest, and she will start to take you know what? She takes the shot out, shoots the arrow, then drops the bow, rushes over into both of them, and pulls out a scimitar. With that, that'll be her turn. It is now Doldir's turn. You see him release you and prepare to just punch you into the gut with this huge hulking fist.
Nah, not today, Satan. You gonna feel my wrath first. Thoughts and prayers, boy. I'll show you what true power is. Nope.
You bring a punch into his gut, and as you do, you just feel stone harden against your fist.
All right, just second on the second strike. Yeah, it better hit. 19.
19 will hit.
Gonna be 5. Sorry, I had to warm up. I was still sleeping.
No problem. 5 points of damage. What do you do? Radiant or psychic?
You know what? I do psychic damage.
Okay. You punch him into the gut, and you feel a heartbeat sound enter his skull, and as it pushes him back, it is a momentary head nod, as he then prepares and to just unload into you with his own fists. Is that your turn?
That is gonna be my turn. Yes.
Okay. So with that, he's going to make an empowered punch attack at you.
He rolls a 9.
Okay. So with that, a punch comes into towards the gut of Doldir, and you have to use both hands to bring them down, kind of Karate Kid, the new one, not the good one, the new one.
Pick up. I still like this. I still like the other Karate Kid.
All right. Well, you go to pick up your jacket and bring your hands down to block the fist. As it does, the power of it keeps pushing through your strength. He is definitely physically more powerful than you at this moment, but you continue to guide yourself up until you've been lifted off the ground and completely dodged the strike. He pulls back, looking at the other albino dwarves, and he calls out, "Istartus!" And what he's going to do is stay where he is right now. That'll be his turn. That is followed by... Actually, it was their turn first, then his. But regardless, they're going to go now. They're going to make
it don't make a difference.
Yeah, right now it doesn't. They're going to make a couple of hand axe attacks towards Asaka with advantage. That's going to be a natural 20.
Oh.
For 8 points of damage. Followed by a second one, which will hit for another 5 points of damage. As she rushes into it with the scimitar, she tries to block a strike, and they cut her at the leg, and then she tries to block the second, and they strike towards her torso. She does seem to be filled with adrenaline and anger and pushing through the pain. With that, also, the albino dwarf at the top of the tower is going to hold an action, and that will be their turn. Irvin, you're up. You see the fights and commotions start to break out. Conflict is arising. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull out my maul. I think that's what it was, and run over to assist. Is that Iku?
That is Azaka.
Okay.
Oh, it's Zaka. Okay.
Iku's up here.
If I do that, will that will I get an advantage on the attack of that guy there?
Yes.
Are we next? All right. So then.
Pushing forward, you bring out your two-handed maul, rush forward, and get to the side of Azaka. You see the albino dwarf just ahead of you, and you take a strike at him. That'll hit.
I want to smite 7.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah.
So with that, you strike into the arm of this albino dwarf, and they are hardy creatures, these dwarves. It slams into his arm, but he holds his ground. You haven't seen a beast endure a blow like that in a while, but it definitely did hurt. But these are hardy dwarves. Anything else you want to try?
I think that's all. I mean, double check 1 second. What other spell do I have? Touching. Sorry, 1 second. Shield of Faith is bonus action. 2 AC. I touch. You said that's Zaka next to me. I touched her and I give her Shield of Faith. How's she looking? Is she looking pretty good? Like her health? I forgot if she got hit.
He took 13 points of damage.
She's taking 13 points. Looking at her, she has a couple of cuts on her
fine. It's gonna hit anyway. But that's 8 plus.
You can go ahead and roll
2.
again.
Alright, cool.
Your damage would be the same though.
No, mine was. The first one was better, anyways. So that's 8. That's 10 points of damage.
What's 8 points? You rolled
well, no, Hexblade's curse. Hexblade's curse adds additional 2 to damage, so the 8 right there plus 2.
You are correct. Okay, so you strike so you cast Hexblade's curse. The silver binding binds onto his arm. As you slide over into the rough stone, grass, and dirt ground, you slash at the binding on his arm. It cracks open with a dangerous sound of shattering glass. And as it does, everyone has their ears kind of taken aback for a moment as this loud glass sound comes to you. Anything else?
I used all my actions and movement, so yeah, that's it.
All right. At the top of the round, Eku will move to some cover here and hold her action. Asaka is going to take a scimitar attack. I'm just going to use her longbow. Stat for now. 13 will just hit for 10. Wow, she's doing damage. She's going to finish. She's going to finish off the dwarf that Bellador just struck. And as she does, she'll slice across him and then jump over his body and move 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet towards the tower and towards the cave. And with that, it's Doldir's turn.
See what you did? Because of you, you lost one of yours. I'm just gonna swing on him again.
Okay. 11. Let me see. 11 will not hit.
And he's really fighting because he really don't want to hurt. With my offhand. Wow.
Yeah. As you're trying to do this in a very not harm him in a very serious way, you're giving away your edge, your advantage in your how you fight, and that distraction is causing him to just push away every attack with his just dominant strength. And with that, he's going to try to retaliate back towards you, unless you want to move. Okay.
I'm not leaving.
All right. As you're pushing back on him, he goes, "Sacrifices have to be made." Ugh! And he's going to punch you for a 13 to hit.
Miss.
Okay. As he goes to punch, you push back his arms, but any one of these that land could really do some crazy damage. But he does then see Asaka rushing away from the battlefield, and he looks over, and he's gonna run 5, 10. You're gonna take an attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
Okay.
15 to hit.
That'll just hit.
Where you think you going with necrotic damage? Necrotic damage.
It's psychic or radiant.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Psychic.
All right. So you strike him as he turns around and rushes towards Asaka. You punch him in the back. You feel the beat, the magic damage take hold. But as he gets up to here, the barrier's in his way, but he makes a mighty leap. That's 12. Would just be enough. He jumps over the barrier, stops next to Asaka, and he challenges her as she's trying to run into the cave. She stops and turns around. With that, that was his turn. The albino dwarf in the tower is going to make an axe attack at Asaka for triggering his action. That's going to be a 13 to hit, which will miss. followed by this other albino dwarf, which will rush up to Irvin and take a strike with his axe for a natural 20.
Oh, nice.
That's nice.
Well, why does he have advantage?
He doesn't have advantage. But it's still the first roll.
It's natural 20 anyways.
First rolls would have been taken. He
it.
strikes into your armor low, into the waistband, and crashes into the side of your ribs. It doesn't penetrate hard. You take 6 points of damage, but he slashes through the leather. The chainmail is still secure. It is magic, but he did get you in an opening. With that being said, he ends his turn. It's your turn, Irvin.
Okay, I'm gonna take a swing at him with my maul. This is one already wounded this guy, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right, and I don't have advantage still. No, I don't. I'll do the same thing for
No.
You do not. But
This one's still 19.
Yeah. So
All right. So with 8 points of damage, you I wrote minus 60. Oops, that's wrong. I wrote minus. I'm supposed to put plus 80. Sorry. To fix it, and then it was minus 8. Jesus. So, you bring the maul up again. This time you crack into his arm as he's trying to block it with the axe. You impact his forearm. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. We use smite. Where's that though? Smite. Level 1. Oh. Okay. 4 more damage.
Okay. You crash.
Wait, is that right? Yeah, 2 plus 2.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm rolling really bad on this damage.
That's right. It's 2d8. It can be anything. But
yeah.
You put some weight on it, and he blocks it with his hand axe. But as you do, you scream out, and almost like a Super Saiyan going super, a bunch of wind pushes away from you, and light cracks into his wrist, and you shatter his forearm. He drops the axe to the ground. And collapses onto his knee. Still alive, though.
Damn it. Okay. I'm going to still use my movement then and go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay.
That way.
As you rush past him, he's going to try to pull out one of his side axes and take an attack on you. I would say with... no. Yeah, 11 to hit. Won't hit. As you run past him, he kind of crawls towards you and tries to get you in the ankles, but you've already rushed far past him. But with that, we have Owen.
Alright. Hey, guess what I'm about to do? Same dude up in the tower, because I'm pretty much the only person who's going to really reach that. Level 1 this time.
Okay. With that, you fire off 3 more arcane bolts. These white just darts that just find their mark, swirling past the wind up to the tower and just impacting the albino dwarf 3 times. They push him almost over the edge. He holds on to the railing and stands firm. Beaten, but not down.
That's the end of my turn right there.
Okay. So with that, you rush past everyone towards the tower. Bellador, you're up.
I'm gonna attack this guy with an Eldritch Blast.
Okay. As everyone's rushing over, you see this albino like picking himself up from the ground, and you go to finish him off. 16 will hit. For
damage.
Did you want a bonus action move? The curse over?
That's Hex, not Hexblade's Curse. That's a different thing.
Okay. So if that 7 points of damage knocks him unconscious, but he is still alive. As you fire off the blast while he's almost on the ground, you hit him in the chest, and he gets jumped and thrown into the bushes.
All right, time to move. Let's see.
Okay. with that, Asaka. Oh yeah, sorry about that. You do rush.
Yeah, no problem. I was just gonna move and end my turn anyways.
As you're running forward, you see Asaka stop, turn around, and try to take a slash towards Neji. That's not gonna hit. She goes to take a slash attack, and Neji grabs the sword. As they're locked in combat, Eku's gonna move over towards Doldir. She's gonna heal you for 10 hit points.
Okay.
Eku rushes over to you, Doldir, pulls a hand out, and he goes, "We're not done yet." Casts a Cure Wounds on you. And with that, we'll then move the last 10 movement around this bush. Doldir, it is your turn?
Mm-hmm. Sorry, eating a cookie.
Mm-hmm. Disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Alright, I'm going to 10, 20, 25, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55.
Damn.
He's hauling ass.
Yeah, he used their dash action as well?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have to.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't do nothing because the barrier's there and everybody else is clogging up the lane.
Yeah. Well, with that, you do at least get up to Neji, who's grabbed by the blade, the scimitar of Asaka. But with that...
I'll just say my 6 seconds.
Okay.
Just stop it. Don't do it.
Just stop. Get help.
Get help. Just stop.
Alright. Go ahead and make a persuasion check. With disadvantage, since you're already fighting.
Oh, but this is bad. Oh, persuasion.
The high one.
Your words are being thrown at him, but he's locked into battle. And the power, regardless of how outnumbered or poorly this battle has gone so far, he's getting an adrenaline high from this. On his turn, Sokka needs to make a Constitution saving throw. 17, she succeeds, so she only takes half damage. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong one. 2d6 plus 2. So it only takes 4 points of necrotic damage as Neji heals 4 points. Oh, sorry. No. And he, grabbing onto the scimitar, he touches her hand and starts to pull in her life force. And as he does, he just starts, you see the wounds start to close in around him. That followed by the other warrior in the tower is going to look down. He's going to jump off the tower, and he's going to try to impact. Let's see. Roll.
Let's go. 2 munchkins fighting each other in there.
Evens. Oh, no, it's Doldir. He jumps off the tower and is going to make a hand axe attack towards Doldir.
Like, is he throwing it at me?
No, he's jumping
off
the
it's
tower.
Like he's trying to like jump down and hit you with it.
He's trying to ass creed you. As he
misses even with that advantage.
Yeah, well, he doesn't have advantage. It's just a 12. That's just how it's programmed. He jumps off the tower, tries to grab onto you, hits the ground, suffers. No, that's 2d6. 5. It's 15 feet, I think.
He broke his legs.
Oh shit!
Oh damn!
He jumps off the tower. Ah! His foot hits the lip, rolls over, and his back slams into the ground, and his neck twists. You just hear.
I told you he broke his legs, bro.
As the albino dwarf.
I know.
Kills himself.
That's awesome.
That's the most funniest thing I've seen, bro.
You all just hear in the violence.
Oh lord!
You just hear a.
2 6s.
That's awesome.
All damage can be crazy. You never know. So with that,
That's what you want to roll.
it's Irvin's turn.
Oh, that was funny. Oh, that was good.
So yeah, I'm gonna position myself behind the guy.
Make an athletics check to push yourself through the barrier, unless you're trying to go up and over.
Yeah, I can go up and over. That's fine.
Okay.
I have the movement to do it, so.
Okay. You rush past the barrier, go towards the stonework, see the opening of the cave. You can hear some sort of chanting from within, but rush towards Neji.
Alright, I'm going to cast Wrathful Smite, which is if I have to land it first. So I meant to show you guys.
You don't have to. I don't think you have to call unless it's your spell. Are you trying to
it's a
Wrathful
bonus
Smite?
action.
Oh, okay. So then
Yeah, it's
yes,
my bonus action,
you would have to
so
call
I'm
that.
casting that on my, and then I'm trying to hit him.
Okay.
So I'll have advantage, right?
Yes.
Hey, Ginny, stop.
He's almost completely surrounded.
Yeah. Well, 12 hit.
A 12 will not hit.
This stupid dude. I rolled so bad right now. Alright, well, Wrathful Smite is a concentration spell, so I still have it up. I just
Yes.
only concentration on, so.
Understood.
It is my turn.
So with that, we have Own.
Cool. Well, my dude's dead. That guy's still alive?
You see an unconscious albino in the bush.
This guy is all that's left?
From what you've seen, Neji's the last combatant.
Is this all the albino dwarves that I've seen, or are there more?
No, you've seen more.
I thought there was like at least 6.
At least 6 from what you've seen before.
The other ones might still be in the cave.
Yeah, we did hear some stuff going on in the cave.
I'm just gonna spit in his face and then cure Azaka first level.
Okay.
She gets 5.
Okay. So you pull out your hand, touch her on the shoulder, and heal some of the wounds she's already incurred through this fight. She seems to be high on adrenaline, unfazed by the damage she's taken so far, and focused on pushing forward. Bellador, you're up.
So, I'm going to cast Hex.
Okay.
Give me a sec. There it is. And attack with my sword.
Okay.
With.
You cast Hex, you call out the incantation, you see a blue mist start to form around Neji. You swing your sword through that mist, that'll hit.
Okay. 11, and let me roll 1d6.
Okay.
So that's 11 magical and 1 necrotic.
Okay. That's a good hit, though. You slash through this mist of Hex curse that you've kind of sprayed onto him. It slashes through it, binds onto him, but then you see this blue tint as the blade slashes through his very hardy muscle. You see crimson red cut through Neji as he's looking actually pretty wounded now. You slash right through his back and see a bright red blood start to spill out.
That's it.
Okay. With that, Asaka will pull back her sword from his grasp, grab him by the neck, and try to plunge her scimitar through his stomach. She has advantage. That's going to... Oh, that's not with advantage. 17 would have hit, yes. With that, she pulls the blade and shoves it towards his gut, but 2 huge fists slam against the blade and hold it. However, he still suffers 6 points of piercing damage, and he's looking really rough now as the blade is starting to push through his gut as her teeth start to grind against one another, and she just starts foaming at the mouth as she starts pushing the blade further into him. And you now hear Nechi screaming, "Ah!" With that, Doldir, you're up.
I'm gonna have to do it. Here we go. Socking him in his face.
All right. 12 is gonna miss.
Itself.
Man, I just can't catch a break today.
You're kind of in this melee with a bunch of people, and you're looking for a good opening, but like Bellador slashing at him.
Sorry, I need to do it with the advantage.
That is true. That still will not hit.
I'm so done right now.
A 12 away. How about a 13?
How about 13? All right, offhand attack. 24 to hit.
That'll hit.
Psychic damage, another 5.
With one more good hit, as he's holding the blade, you punch him across the face, and the knuckles cut in through his cheekbone. But a very stubborn dwarf stands. He's looking like he's on his last breath.
Remember, guys, just knock him out.
I think we've killed the other two already. I think it's a little late.
I mean, you knocked out one.
Yeah, well, I did that. Don't worry. I knocked out one, bud.
I'm happy.
But with that, he's going to cast. He's going to turn around, look to Bellador, push the blade out of his gut, grab your face, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, Bellador.
Bellador rolls a 13.
Let's see.
That's the last of my portents.
That is success. You take half damage. So you take 3 points of necrotic damage. He heals 3. He grabs at you, grabs you by the jacket, and as he does, you feel a bit of your life kind of like escape your body, but there's not much pull within this dwarf left. He's on his last breath, and it doesn't have the same impact as you've seen it. Irvin, it's your go.
Okay. A bunch of people after me. Isn't there?
Kill him.
Yeah, just end him.
Well, we gotta figure we gotta go save this first acolyte in the cave, dude.
Yeah, you end him. We can all go at once.
Yeah. Because there's more dwarves. We don't want to split up.
Prove I have this raffle smite kind of a waste, but because I can do it on one of the guys in there because he makes some. If it works, somebody will run in fear. Kind of makes.
You have to find another person to hit within 1 minute, though.
Yeah. All right. I'll just take a hit then. I'll just take a swing.
Okay.
With my weighted maul and advantage, right?
18 will hit. And
10 plus 10 does it?
10 will be enough. How do you want to do this?
Whew. He's kind of short, right? So let's let's try to pile drive him into the ground a bit.
Okay. As he's facing off against everyone, he has this blade sticking from his gut, and with one hand, with his left hand, he grabs at Bellador, and holds onto his jacket and starts to wither in all of this necrotic energy. Still, Asaka's pushing into the gut, and he's just trying to fend off everyone. And then the shadow, an eclipse over his head, comes as he turns over, sees the weighted maul come crashing down with dark iron into him. His head splits open like an egg. You just see brain and blood spill out as his eyes roll back white, and he goes stiff in place. You pull the hammer back, and he's still standing, You whip it around one more time, hit him straight in the face, and he goes backwards into the ground as his nose cracks open. His head hits the ground. He's knocked out, almost Fight Night style. Arms splayed out.
Yeah. All right, I have movements. I'm gonna use all my movement to head to the cave.
Okay.
Where's the cave? Now, where's the cave? I'm kind of confused. Is it north?
It's right this direction.
Okay.
This is where you came from, and this is where the cave mouth is, and this is where you were all staying.
Yeah, but the acolyte's in the cave, right?
From what you've gathered.
Yeah.
Okay. So with that, Irvin, finish us off Neji. Looks at everyone, pushes forward towards the cave entrance. What do the rest of you do?
Everyone in the cave.
Also into the cave.
Okay. All of you, one by one, rush into as the sun starts to hang over and light illuminates the remainder of the encampment. You start rushing into the darkness that is the cave you've been hearing about for shelter for a while has become an offering to something, some sort of entity, some sort of creature. And with that, you hear some sort of chanting.
What are they saying?
Let's see. Let's see who we have here.
They should still have comprehend languages going, shouldn't I?
Mm-hmm.
It is for an hour, right? Let me just double check for you. I don't want to go over. Duration 1 hour.
They'll be good with that.
Okay. So yeah. With that, you all start rushing into the cave mouth. As you do, you hear an obscure amount of chanting from there, but also the sound of pickaxes into stone. You hear the sounds of mining. You hear the words, in acceptance of our offerings, grant me what you've granted my kin. Give me that which has been given. Accept my offering. Over and over. You hear this from the mouth of from the cave as you continue to push in further and further. Sorry, I can't. This audio is like tricky. Can you all hear this?
Yeah, I heard music.
Okay, because for some reason it's coming in super low.
Yeah, it's super low.
It's super low to me too. Yeah, I can barely hear it.
And I got the music bar all the way to the max.
Yeah, same. Yeah, that's weird. However, as you all start to enter the cave, you hear the chanting, but more importantly, you see stone around you. You see you're moving into this narrowed corridor, and eventually it turns left into the mountain and then slowly expands. You see carts filled with stone and equipment and chests, boxes and barrels, and you can hear the chanting and picking the pickaxes in the distance. Some sort of activity is ahead of you. And as you all hear this, you all get a small sense of something familiar something you may have sensed more recently in the past, when you were in the Temple of Zavris. You feel a dark presence.
Oh shit. I'm saying.
You should all be on the map.
Literally just a black square.
See it. Oh, no, he's
oh wait, there it is. I see it now. I see it now.
Upper right corner.
I was zoomed in on the wrong place. I see it.
Yeah.
So, what would you all like to do?
So we head in deeper, I guess.
Like going.
Okay.
Yep. And then
Everyone give me a stealth check.
I would also like to cast 2 spells. There's no light in here, right?
There is no light.
Okay, I will cast on Boulder,
My dunk vision, I forgot about that.
and I will cast light on my staff.
Oh, I have
And I'm
chanted
in the back of the line.
Okay. So, you
So
cast
that's-
protection from good and evil on him. Reminder, concentration, up to 10 minutes. And you also cast light on your staff.
Should not be.
I don't have my a smite anymore, right? Because I used them when I hit the guy, killed him, I expelled him or what? My wrathful smite, is that gone or how does that work? Because I killed him. I killed him with a normal hit.
After you killed him with it, you would still have some time to use it, but by the time you've already made it to this part, it would have worn off.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast protection of good evil on myself as well.
Okay.
Asaka, if you could stay close to me, I'm running low on spells.
Asaka seems to be a bit more action-based right now, but calms for a moment and does push herself a little back as Bellador, Doldir, and Irvin take point. You casting the spell Light creates a pure light source ahead of you, and all of you see more of this cave. You see platforms that rise up into the walls, and you can hear the mining of dwarves. You can start to see some shapes of them. However, as you're looking around and gathering a feel for the breaking of stone, and even maybe some stuff up ahead, you hear the chanting from a single dwarf. The light source kind of gives away your presence. You all hear some dwarven words coming out. Dor estudu. Nihar. You hear this as, what's that? Go check.
Hey guys, we might be getting company.
As a dwarf.
Well, we kind of expected that.
As one of the albinos over here looks over at you all, battle ready, he calls out to the rest of them in Dwarvish. The others look out, coming over toward the edge, and go, Baruch Kazat! And looking at the group, and the chanting stops, one of the dwarves far off into the darkness that you cannot see calls out Doldir and says, "You should have made the offering. But now..."
I don't turn my back on my friends.
"One day, those who are not your blood will turn their back on you, and you will regret this moment. But now you will be my offering."
Bring it on, sister! No, I'm joking.
And with that, everyone click on your tokens
Yes! Woo, man, he had me scared for a second.
and roll some initiative.
Come on, high initiative than last time.
Okay.
That is one higher than I got last time.
I got a 15.
Cool. I got a 6.
And I ain't that mad no more. You gonna catch these hands some up.
As he tries to put level up 1 point in Bard, Doldir starts continuously singing more often than he should.
It's got natural reverberation and echo in this cave, so it's a place for singing, you know?
Yeah. Asaka and Eku stay back for this. And with the top of the round, we have Doldir. You see towards the northern side of the camp of this mine, you see 2 albino dwarves with axes in hand. They see you. Their faces are actually dirty, filled with dirt, soot, and they're preparing to throw some throwing axes your way. There's additionally another albino dwarf on this platform, and a voice did come from the darkness over here.
Ping it again.
From in here.
Okay, all the way over there.
Yeah. There are no light sources. However, the albinos do not seem to care.
I don't care either. I got dark vision.
All 3 of us up front have dark vision.
Okay.
Sorry,
So, what would you like to do, Doldir?
I'm gonna go to this man right here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30.
Okay, so the platform is about up 10 feet off the ground, and there are 2 ladders that connect up to it.
Alright, I'll go 35. This is 10 feet, so I'll go on to where the stairs are at. Oops, I'm trying to click on my character. 35. I'm on the steps.
Okay. Start climbing the ladder and pulling your way up. With that, it's Irvin's go.
Okay, I'm gonna... Yeah, same thing. He's on this platform, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Here. Oops, I mean to do that. How do I undo that? I'm going to do the other one.
Just click.
Yeah, I think just...
Do what? What?
It's gone.
I'm trying to undo it. Wait, it works.
I got it.
Let's try to do this one. Alright, sorry, but... So 30. So can I sprint?
You could move 30 and then use your action to make your way all the way to the top if you want.
So that's 35 there.
Yeah.
40, 45, 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Irvin power rushes past you, Doldir, as you're just like moving fast but start climbing the ladder. Irvin's already past you, gone to the ladder, climbing hand over fist, just pushing past, jumps to the top, brings his maul out and rushes towards the other dwarf. With that, the dwarf is going to attempt to push you off the edge, Irvin. He's going to grab you and try to push you off. That is going to be a 10. He grabs you, and as he does, there's no weight to this. He thinks he can just... he rushes over and goes, and you're just stalwart in standing in front of him. Seems like this one didn't get to make an offering.
Yep.
But with that, the other 2, one from Into the Darkness, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and 5, 10, 15, 20. No, I have stayed behind this. You hear sounds from deeper in the cave as a few more albinos make their way into the fray. However, these 2 up here are going to throw some hand axes towards Bellador, since he's the only one in reach. That's going to be 15 to hit.
It's not.
And 16 to hit.
Nope.
Okay. A couple of axes from the darkness come from above and start digging themselves into the dirt in front of you. But that will be their turn. The voice from the darkness, however, is going to... let's see what we got here. Yeah, he's gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. From the darkness, this muscle-bound albino dwarf, similar to Neji's stature, comes out of the darkness. And as he does, he's going to... actually, he'll go this way instead. He'll go that way. And
Oh, casting?
Yeah. He's going to
like
make
that.
an athletics check. Natural 20.
That.
You see as he comes out of the shadow, Bellador, towards Doldir, and as he does, he goes, "Rah!" and he jumps, leaping into the air and landing onto the platform. The platform itself starts to wiggle back and forth, about to fall and collapse. But as the dwarf settles in his place, that was his action. He lands behind Irvin and is a hulking dwarf, much like Neji, behind him, and prepares to throw a punch to your back. But with that, it is Owen's turn.
Owen has no idea what's going on because he can't see that far. What he actually does, I'm gonna move right there.
Oh, crap.
I'm gonna like curl up in a little corner. Azaka, watch my back. I won't be able to see or hear anything, and I will use my action to see through and hear through my familiar.
Okay.
Until my next turn.
All right. Eku will move in front of you to kind of watch everything.
Could you make me a token so I can actually see what the fuck's going on?
Sure, you can do that. I will make you a Velociraptor for now.
Hell yeah.
Actually, hold on. I do have a snake token. Never mind. I have a fire snake. I'll give you a fire snake. And what I'll do, this might be disorienting if it doesn't work properly, but let's see if it does. Where's Owen at?
Owen is back here.
No, I'm looking on the list for character sheets to connect it to. Oh yeah, Unlan. There we go.
All right.
Can you see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my familiar is on Boulder.
Yeah. So you are your token will be next to him.
Sure.
So you should be able to see.
How dire do things look right now?
Dire?
Yeah. Are they fucked up? Because I have no idea if they've been hit or not.
Looking at your allies, you've just seen them recently. They don't seem to have taken much damage, but they do seem to be about to get into a fight, and anything can happen.
Where was that big dwarf that jumped over by somebody?
Right behind.
You wouldn't be able to see it from the angle being on Doldir. He's you see Doldir now hand over fist climbing a ladder.
Got it. All right.
And he's not even at the top of that platform yet.
That is the end of my turn, sir.
Okay. So with that, Bellador, alone in the center of the chamber.
Since it hasn't been an hour, I'm gonna use my bonus actions to move my hex onto this dude right here.
Okay.
And then attack him with an Eldritch Blast.
All right.
Do I get advantage because Irvin's right next to him?
Not with the ranged attack. I don't.
All right.
So actually, I can double check. No, you must be. Wait. I hate that it links me to random obscures frequently asked questions instead of the just fucking rulebook. That's the thing that like pisses me off the most.
I forgot that was my phone. My phone.
I'm gonna say for now, because he's distracted. Sure. For now, yeah.
We go Eldritch Blast. 22.
That'll hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
That plus my necrotic damage. So 10 force, 2 necrotic.
Nice. You fire off an Eldritch Blast, and it creates a sound wave within the mine. You feel almost the surrounding area start to just tremble slightly as it slams into the back of this dwarf, and he's pushed into Irvin, who he's already holding on to for balance.
I'm going to move because I still can. 5, 10, 15, 20. I'll move right there, and that's it.
Okay. Make me a perception check for free.
Oh, okay. Perception. It's still advantage, so 11.
You don't see anything really that sticks out as you're moving forward, but you do feel that presence closer as the more you move in. Very similar to when you were in that temple where you fought that Shadow Mastiff. You're sensing something, and while you're sensing it as well, can't get a bead on what it is or made it is. It's almost as if a cold chill across your spine. But with that, Doldir, you're up at the top of the round again.
So how, so the dude that's right here, how away from?
You are basically pulling yourself up the ladder, and he's you've got maybe 3 feet of walking space. You're gonna have to push him off or get him off to get on that platform.
Oh, I'm just gonna grab him by his leg and pull him off.
All
let
right.
him drop 10 feet. Strength check, right?
Okay, yeah. Make a strength check against his, and he will roll a 14. Oh, almost a natural 1. Okay, with a 12 and his 14, he's going to kick you off of him. You're still standing on the top of the ladder, but he's not giving you any way to bring him down.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit here at this ladder, right?
Okay. So with that, you grab at his leg like and he's just like off.
Stupid strength.
And you just stay there. Irvin, you're up.
So, do I get a Doldir's there? Is he considered flanking?
He's not up there, is he?
That's why I'm asking. That's why I'm asking.
Say that again.
This guy here, Doldir's there, but he's not like up the ladder yet. So is he flanking or not?
I would say Doldir is trying to harry him, so I'd give you the advantage. Doldir is legit trying to grab him by the leg.
Does that also count against like athletics checks if I try to like push him off?
Yeah, I'd give you that.
Can I 300 kick him off the fucking thing?
Yeah, go for it. He'll roll a strength check of 20.
Oh shit! So I get advantage.
You still have advantage.
Oh, 20.
I'm doing athletics, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Pretty close. As Doldir's distracting him to kick him off of the. Everyone's just trying to get him off the top of the turnbuckle, and you're grabbing at him, and you pull him, he pulls you. The platform seems to be wobbling back and forth, becoming more and more unstable as all this commotion is happening. However, at the end of that turn, these 2 dwarves are gonna jump down. They'll both take.
Max. Yes. Yes.
Oh
Yeah. Did they kill themselves?
That'd be amazing.
Max.
We need to
Max.
watch
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
The heights, man. They both go as they jump off.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Then slow walk over. That's 15. And then
I'm sorry.
15.
These dwarves suck.
They rush themselves over like grandma walking with the chair thing, like trying to pull them over towards Bellador, and then both pull out 2 more axes and chuck them towards you, Bellador. First one's gonna be a 15. And the second's gonna be an 11. As both axes fly past you, both of them embed themselves in the ladder next to Doldir, kind of like Jackie Chan style. They keep getting closer and closer to his head, just thum, thum. But the dwarf at the top of the platform is going to he's gonna try to pull you down too. Another athletics check. It's a 7.
Who?
On you, Arvin.
Okay. Athletic. I don't have advantage on this one, so.
No, you still do.
Oh, I do?
I'd say you do.
Okay.
It's fine.
Athletic.
Natural 20. He puts his hands on your plate, on your elven chainmail. You grab him and throw him off. He goes over. He puts his arms on you. You go. Grab him. Chuck him. He takes.
Oh, that's so good.
6 points of bludgeoning damage as he falls off the edge, just going. Oh!
That is so cool.
Hits the ground, and Doldir can basically swanton bomb him now.
I can do the elbow off the fucking turnbuckle now.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
5-star frog splash, whatever you got.
Elbow. the fucking flying elbow, yeah. People elbow or something.
However, these other 2 from the shadows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, rush over towards you again, Bellador. Damn it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, no.
They're gonna take a couple of axes towards you as well. It's a damn. They just chucking them and missing. An 11 and an 8. More axes fly over, and now there's just like tons of axes, poorly designed and poorly made, probably over the years, just fucking into the ground.
That's hilarious, dude. Oh my God.
However, the final dwarf, the Offerbound, is going to make an empowered attack towards Irvin. That'll be a 24 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do it. Definitely hit.
Take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as he punches you in the back with one of his empowered fists. It pushes you back, and the platform responds again one more time with a big sense of weakness. But with that, that's his turn, and with everything done, Owen, you're up.
Hey, Azaka and Eku, the 2 dwarves to the right of Belhador, are really, really hurt. If you want to take some shots at them and then come back here, that'd be really good. And then I'm going to watch through my familiar again. That's my turn.
Okay. So the Azaka that takes note of that. With that, it'll be Belhador's turn. Still go at the top of the round.
Belhador. Do it. Math, buddy. You got this.
Basically all the ones around me are injured.
The ones to the north of you are the most injured, yes.
Actually, I think, isn't this guy also injured because I hit him with my blast and necrotic?
Yes.
And he fell too. Took fell damage as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's true. And
Do you have any AoE abilities or spells?
yes, but I can't attack if I do that. And I don't think it would hit any of them because I'm not close enough.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go here and attack this guy with my sword.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack roll. 14 will just hit, yeah.
8 plus that's the one I have my curse hex on, so that will be 11, 8 magical, 3 necrotic.
You are
so.
really good at leaving people at 1 hit point.
Oh,
You are really good at that. You rush past him as he's trying to get up. He goes and he mutters something in Dwarvish, stands up, and you slash him across the face. It cuts through his cheekbone. He grabs at it, goes into the ground, squirming, and bitterly biting his tongue as he's trying to just take in being cut across the face by this blade.
Swan dive attack, so I left him at 1 health.
Okay. For all intents and purposes, that dwarf is down. I will say he's pretty wounded at this point.
But, yeah, that's all I can really do right now.
Okay. So with that, Doldir, you're
Man,
up.
I hate you.
But
I was gonna Superman punch him off the ladder, then roll, and then Fury blows the other fool. All right, but you done. You messed up all that. You messed up all that now.
Sorry, I took one of the enemies. I'm sorry.
Before you go at the top of your round, Asaka's gonna take 2 longbow shots that she's been waiting to take. A 23 will do 7 points of damage to the first one. And a 20 will do 9 points of damage to the second one. So from the darkness, after Owen gives her calls out the opportunity, she holds her action, takes 2 arrows, fires them off at the same time, and impacts both of these albino dwarves that had were chasing after Bellador. But with that, it is your turn, Doldir.
So can I sort of leap over?
Yeah.
Okay.
You push yourself off, leap over the fallen dwarf who's kind of passed out in pain. And there is a new albino dwarf you haven't seen yet that has come from deeper within the cave.
Y'all just everywhere, ain't you? I'm gonna use my unarmed attack. Thoughts and prayers. Final. Thank you, Lord.
Yeah.
Thank you. Foes, I'm gonna do psychic damage.
Okay, nice. 21 on hit.
Finally.
4 points of psychic.
Finally, boys.
You get 1 strike in. You have that bonus action.
I'm about to use 1 key point. Fury Blurs.
Okay.
These gonna be some roundhouse kicks right here. 22 to hit.
Nice.
7 damage.
Ooh.
Pop, 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 pop.
Nice. 7 points.
And then last one's gonna be rapid punches. 17 to hit.
That'll hit.
6 points of damage. This is all psychic damage too.
Okay.
That's
Nice.
2 psychic damage in total, bro.
He pushes his weight off of the ladder. The platform now slams into the stonework and is now off its axis. He leaps onto the ground. Superman punches the albino dwarf in the face. The albino dwarf gets pushed back a ways, and then a second full momentum swing comes out with his left. After that, a extremely fast series of blows into the gut just go, and like jello, the gut of this albino dwarf starts to just feel the impact of all these ripples. Still standing, but severely hurt.
That's right. How's his brain? Because I know taking all that hurt.
He seems to be in a state of, I would say euphoria, but the exact opposite of it. He's in a blissful plane of anguish right now.
Gotcha.
Plane of pain, baby. The plane of pain.
With that, Irvin, you turn around after getting punched in the back. You see this
Yeah.
hulking dude. What do you want to do?
Take a big old swing with my maul.
Okay. You
Weighted maul. Make sure I'm not normal attack. Advantage. Oh no. No.
You feel so confident, but the weight of the platform shifts after Doldir jumps off. You go to swing with the maul. The dwarf catches it. And
My
while
bad,
catching
buddy.
it, punches right at you. He's gonna take an attack. Spirit Warrior. That's a 22 to hit.
Man, this guy hits hard.
Yeah. 8 points of bludgeoning damage. As he grabs the maul and right hand just Hadouken right into the gut. But yeah.
I don't know.
With that, what would you like to do?
Fuck. Not doing so good, guys. Damn. Can I drop my maul and take out my sword and shield?
It takes an action to don a shield.
Does it? I thought you could put your weapons out.
I
thought to lay down.
To switch weapons, you can switch weapons. To equip a shield is an action. You could pull it out and drop it, but you wouldn't have the +2 AC to it until you used an action to don it. Because, so for context, with D&D, it's not a shield where you grab the handle. In D&D, they're the shields that you tie your arm into it, and you kind of bind yourself.
One of those ones. Yeah, I get it.
That's kind of like the practice of why the mechanic is like that. They're not just pick up and put down. You can pull your longsword out and bring the shield out, and then on your next turn use your action to don it, or even just take dodge.
I might as well take the dodge action at that point. Yeah.
So it's up to you.
Well, I can't take the dodge. I already swung, so I am out of action. So
all right.
I have my turn.
Well, with that, the other dwarves will run over to Bellador, and they are going to take a couple of swings with advantage.
Hey, DM?
Yes.
You skipped the NPCs.
They went at the top of the round.
Yeah, she shot 2 arrows at these dwarves next to me.
She shot 2 arrows at the dwarves.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that. Okay.
Yeah, she did like...
Disregard. My apologies.
Yeah, she did like 9 and then 7, something like that.
Okay. Yeah, I see it now.
So with that, these 2 dwarves will go and take the first one with advantage. 17 to hit. No? Damn, nice AC. Second one is a natural 20.
Yeah, that will hit.
Oof.
Oh.
As you block
13.
with one shield, the other dwarf goes ah and just embeds the axe right into your shoulder blade. You take 13 points of slashing damage as it lands into your clavicle, and you just feel broken bone. With that, additionally, the other dwarf will attack Doldir, who is also flanked because he's 5 feet away from the other dwarf. 22 to hit. Doldir.
To me, yeah. Yeah, that hits.
Alright, you take 7 points of slashing damage.
Oh, my heart.
Followed by one of these other dwarves who rushes over and throws a axe at Irvin.
Oh, man.
Woo! I was about to say.
That's a 12 to hit, which will miss. As it fires off, it embeds itself into the corner of the platform. And with those rounds done, the spirit dwarf, he's gonna try to do something cool. He's going to jump off the platform. You will get an attack of opportunity, Irvin. You can go ahead and make that first.
Let's go.
24, nice.
Yeah. One away.
I know. That would have been really bad for him, too.
Oh, damn it!
Yeah, he would have done something that would have been really fucked up if you had knocked.
Yeah.
If you had
Would
critical.
have knocked him prone in the middle of the air.
That was sick.
That would be so funny.
Got away.
So go ahead and roll some
Definitely
damage.
taking fall damage. Oh,
Oh, my
man.
damage, sorry. But
Nice, damn. All right, 10 points of damage. as you see him just get a running jump. He uses both of his feet, kicks off the platform with all of his strength. The platform then starts to crumble in place. As it does, and you're still on it, he jumps off, aims towards Doldir, and tries to give him his own Superman punch. That is going to be with advantage because you're surrounded. 11.
Misses.
He goes, "Rah!" and lands into the ground. He's going to take... Actually, it's only 1d6 from here. 1 point of damage. He takes 1 point of damage as he jumps off the platform, leaps into the ground, tumbles over, and then spins back around. With
Wait.
that,
Where did he land?
here.
Okay.
He kind of like lands here, then tumbles over, and like rolls with the momentum over one more space.
One powerful ass jump.
They got jump.
He did that sacrifice.
Yeah.
He did the sacrifice.
Yes, sir. With that, it's Owen's turn.
Over there.
Here we go, Belvedere. You're full health. And I can no longer see. So I'll just move that.
So, what's that? 15 point healing?
Yep.
Nice.
That's my last second level.
You start
Yep, back and full. That's awesome, man.
Nice. With that, Bellador, your wound starts to close, but there's still a raw tenderness to the bone itself. But aside from that, the wound is cleared. There's no blood, and the bone starts to crack in place. Every second you feel it just reconstructing. With that, it is your turn.
Use bonus action, move my hex to this guy in front of me. And then I will take a slash, my sword. With advantage, because Doldir is right next to, right there, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, sweet. So, let's take us, come on, some 15.
That'll hit.
9. Hold on, 1d6. So that would be 9 magical, 2 necrotic.
That's just enough. You turn, arc your blade over, and then backwards plunge it into his gut. And he goes immediately into a howl until he just collapses after you pull out the Windsinger's blade.
I gotta end my turn there.
Okay. With that, Doldir, at the top of the round, you're up. However, Asaka rushes back out, takes another set of her last two-shot longbow. It's a 16 and a 21. The first one takes 3 points of damage as she Legolas fires off a twin shot and hits 2 of the albino dwarves, and then tucks back into cover. You're up, Doldir.
Alright, Doldir is gonna move into the fray. This is what I do, fellas.
Okay.
He's gonna hit this. He's gonna hit this one with thoughts and prayers.
Okay.
21 to hit.
That'll hit.
Psychic damage.
Nice. 7 points of damage to the one below you. And then
He's going. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
All right. Then he's going. I'm gonna use my key points. So, Fury of Blows. I'm gonna attack this one with one of the attacks for Fury of Blow. This is why they're gonna call me Drunk Master.
Okay.
17 to hit.
That'll hit.
7 damage to that dude. When you think you
Nice.
go try to swing on me.
He starts to get up. You hit the first dwarf, jog over, punch this one into the chest. You prepare your flurry of blows. Go ahead and make that.
And I'm gonna attack this one with the second Flurry of Blows.
Okay.
19 to hit.
That'll hit.
5 psychic damage.
Yeah, you guys are really good at leaving people at 1 hit point.
Dang it!
I think since I've recorded every session, I think I'll have a like a montage.
Compilation?
Yeah, compilation of every time you guys are like, yeah, 7 damage, and he's at 8 health, and then 9 damage, and he's at 10 health. Like, but with
The pain of our existence.
yeah, one shot wonders. With that,
Then,
he's still standing. You do get those 3 blows. You just, and as you keep using the momentum to build and build and build, you're finally in a flow, and that flow empowers your attacks. And this one, though still alive and up, drops to his knees and gives up on the fight, and just starts holding on to his gut.
Why are you not entertained?
You say as it echoes into the cave, entertain, entertain, entertain. Irvin, you're up.
And then we all.
Saying, obviously.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna run down 5, 10, 20, 25. And swing at this guy with advantage, I guess.
Okay.
Was that the guy with 1 health, or which guy had the 1 health?
This
He
is the
already
one who went down.
Over
Okay,
here.
went down. Okay, yeah, alright.
But this guy's also pretty beat up, I believe.
Not everyone wants to fight to the death. Some do.
Oh wait, hold on, I have advantage. I gotta roll one more time.
Please do so.
There we go, 13.
That'll just hit.
Oh, good thing you had advantage.
I already had it in my head what would have happened.
I don't like when someone rolls a 1 next to me.
Yeah, the big weighted ball.
Oh, man.
Fucking.
As,
Don't worry, I'm here. Don't worry, I'm here to come.
as Irving jumps down, slides down, brings the weight of his maul back over behind the head. You slap him into the ear with this heavily weighted iron steel maul. It slams into his eardrum. You yourself feel a Saving Private Ryan moment where the deafness leaves you because you can feel it as like drool just pours out of his mouth, and he just like and collapses onto the ground. His leg starts to twitch in place. He's done.
Okay, awesome. Okay, I have some movement left, right?
Yeah. You moved 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
No,
Oh, 30. You did move 30.
I did 30, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So, my bad.
It's alright.
It's just like the double movement to
Yeah.
climb down, I don't remember, something
No,
like that.
for me, I keep it the same set of movement. Difficult terrain takes too much time for now. But we'll get there.
Okay.
Alright.
Wait.
So, with that, you're fine for now. Good strike. However, the last albino dwarf, I didn't remember making a move. What he's gonna do, he's gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then run 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And he's going to try to flee. The spirit dwarf, seeing him run in coward, run in fear, is going to grasp at you, Doldir. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, shocking grasp. I'm shocked.
Nice.
20.
You only take half damage.
Let it be 3. Let it be 3.
Okay. You do take 3. The closer
I'm
is
over here reading the future and stuff.
I know, it's twice now. Oh, 3 times actually for the group. Because it did say max damage too. So yeah, it's reduced to 6, then half to 3. So you take 3 points of damage, but he heals 3. And with that, you feel you see some vitality reinstill itself in him, and he goes, "Maybe I make a snoo offering." And he just breathes heavily. You get an attack of opportunity as he tries to flee.
Well, you better
5,
bring
10.
your 13 to hit.
13 will just hit.
Oh, psychic damage.
4 is good, but it's not enough.
He's at 1.
As you hit him in
Why
the
is that
back,
one? Yeah.
he's pretty close, but he moves 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 into the shadow. I don't think you can see him, but you can start seeing this gray him turn into a very visible, white-skinned, red, tattooed, long white beard spirit warrior now rushing into the shadow, and his outline, because you see him with dark vision, he's more grayed out than anything. Dark vision doesn't give you color when you see him. You see them in more of a darker shades of grays and whites and blacks. But you see him rushing into the shadows.
Like 50 Shades of Grey, right? Like
Yes, sir.
50 Shades of Grey.
50 Shades of Fog of War.
Exactly.
50 Shades of Dark Side.
There you go.
With that, we have Own.
I hear running, right? That guy.
Yes. You do now see here a dwarf rushing towards closer towards the cave mouth.
Can I see as to how well my allies are doing from here?
They looking pretty rough. Irvin particularly is pretty wounded.
Alright, I'll heal Irvin because he's still within 5 feet of my familiar, right?
Yeah, because you used your familiar to attach to me and you used heal me.
No, the familiar's attached to Boulder.
Yeah, but you used so he's.
Yeah.
I don't.
This is the last of my spells.
Okay. So, cast Cure Wounds
on Irvin.
Oh, don't you have to come over to me to touch me?
No, I'm casting it through my familiar.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
So I heal for 8?
Yes, sir.
Yep. And Azaka, if you could handle that one, I'd appreciate it. And that'll be my turn.
Okay. With that,
We're gonna start taking fireballs. Fucking familiar! God damn it!
your face explode. Okay. With that, you tell Asaka to handle the runner, and with that, Bellador, it's your turn. You're surrounded by a few dead dwarves. One is running away, and well, 2 are running away, but in opposite directions. One running deeper into the cave, and the other outside.
Can put the hex on this dude and Eldritch Blast him.
Okay. So with that, you cast Hex on him, and you see as you move forward that there's something ahead to where he is running. You see dark steel chests and these rocks jutting out from the ground up. Also, cracks in the ground. Go ahead and make your attack. Okay.
That's a 5, and
That'll be... Oof.
it's 5 force and 6 necrotic.
Nice. With that, you fire off an Eldritch Blast into his back and drop him to his knees. You push him another 5 feet forward into the darkness completely and into what look like spider cracks along the ground. He goes down into the darkness and you can't see him anymore. But with that, he's down.
I do have some more movement, but not enough to get close enough to do really anything, so I'll just end my turn.
Okay. With that, at the top of the turn, the albino dwarf is still rushing out towards the exit. Own.
Yep.
Azaka, from cover, slowly gets up, hands her bow to Eku, and grabs her wrist wrappings and starts to unbind them. As she does,
Lee style.
she pulls her cloak off, and like loosens it. And as she does, she goes, and you just hear a roar as Asaka transforms from a humanoid creature into a were-tiger.
What?
Her body grows and turns into a tiger-like humanoid creature. And as she does, her body swells, and you just hear a frightening roar as she... The albino stops in place.
I said over the course of that, Owen's eyes just grow wider and wider. Like, oh shit!
Oh
Did
no!
I see this? I hear it.
Can I make a knowledge check now, or is that something we'll resolve later?
You will be able to in a moment.
Okay.
Azaka transforms. Transformation finalizes as the albino dwarf stops in his place. She walks towards him, and she's going to make she's gonna make a multi-attack. She's gonna first make a claw attack, which will be 13 to hit for 10, which is just enough as she walks over towards him. Takes 10 points of slashing damage as she rushes forward. It rakes her first claw across his chest. Takes her second claw.
I see this, don't I? Like, she's not in front of me.
You turn around to see a were-tiger walk in, and it's wearing humanoid clothes, and it's taking you aback, but it is now jumped onto the albino dwarf and rakes a claw against it. Then the second one rakes against it for 11, and then she swells higher. That's gonna hit. Takes a bite, and that is legit the exact amount of damage. You just see this were-tiger, point for point, 3 attacks, slash, and then takes a bite out of the albino's head and rips into its skull, and it just cracks the egg, and you just see blood. Very much. One tooth into the eye, another into the nose, and she bites into it, and you just see it whip him back and forth like a play toy before flinging him across the room into the wall, and he is just a mess.
Oh. I ready my weapon just in case.
Okay. With that, it is Doldir's turn. Owen, you can make me an Arcana check or an Intelligence check. Arcana might be better for you, though.
Oh, I'm trying to find. Wait, are we still in combat?
Yes.
For the moment, yes. You look around and see that the dwarves have been decimated, and you see Bellador fire off a blast to the one that ran into the shadow. However, as things start to calm down, you hear a roar. You look over past, and you see this massive were-tiger that has entered and killed one of the albino dwarves, and is just drenched in blood and looking very angry. And
yeah, I'm gonna go searching for the. That's my main priority.
you're gonna like, nope.
Nope. Yeah. And I'm out.
Okay. So as you walk over, you start to see these two rocks jetting out from the ground, and the spidering and cracked ground leads to but a substantial hole in the ground that feeds into the darkness. More importantly, you see 2 iron chests that look to be filled with an assortment of silver, copper, and gold. But the more disturbing thing is this statue that is looming over it all. This looks like a priest adorned in dark robes and a scythe with one hooked evil wing attached to its back, looking down at the hole. Momentarily, you think it might attack you, But it is only with a couple of moments of taking it in to realize that it is just a statue overlooking the entirety of the cave.
So I still have to follow my movement, right?
Yes.
Dang it. Alright, but I know what I want to do.
Or did you sprint? Did you already use your action? Or
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Let's see. Hold on. I'm gonna see if I can. I know I can sprint. I just want to see. Oh yeah. Oh wait. Yeah. I'll make it 55. 35 doubled is what? 70.
Yes.
So from here to here is 35. All right. So 35. 40, 45, 50, 60, 60, 70.
Okay. So with that, you move around the hole towards the statue. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay. Perception, which I'm good at. I got 22.
So the statue doesn't look too old, but it at being a dwarf, but it is it's not new. This must have been crafted a long time ago, and dragged here. As you can see, there's a lot of wear and tear at the base of this statue, and additionally, the back of it looks like there might have been a second wing attached at some point. It wasn't built like this. But searching around, you do not see the acolyte. You do not see any other dwarves. You don't hear anything else. But you do have a strong feeling from deep beneath you, from that hole, of something very familiar. Some sort of dark presence from within.
Question: is it bolted to the ground?
The statue?
Yes.
No.
Perfect. That's my turn. I can't do nothing else.
Okay.
I'm just gonna wait till the next round.
All right.
Then I'll tell you.
So with that, Irvin,
My nutty buddy's at.
you turn to see this were-tiger eviscerate the albino. As you prepare yourself for whatever is next, it brings its hand up, bloodied, and extends it to hold for you. And you hear a familiar voice. It is I, Azaka.
what? You must be like not like shocked. Yeah, can I recognize her? So I recognize her clothes as well. Like she's wearing the same
The
clothes.
clothes do look very familiar, though now tight around her. The cloak seems to be weird. It does seem to fit more. Owen, you would know that because she loosened it up a bit. As for you, Owen, you do know that of the species or creature she's transformed in, which is considered a were-tiger. Despite popular beliefs that werewolves and were-creatures are cursed, not all are. Some are born into it generationally. Some choose to become this. But for the most part, they are generally considered rare and evil creatures. But it is not true for all creatures who undergo these transformations.
So
Okay.
her body language is of friend still. Like
She
she's holding
seems
her hand like she's
she seems to be trying to convey calmness to everyone.
I will explain once we're done here. We have
nod.
business to finish.
I nod and I head out 30 feet right there.
Yes, with that she moves leisurely over, snarling at the dead bodies and moving closer and closer towards the cracks in the ground that lead to the hole near Doldir.
Oh Lord Jesus!
Are we out of combat?
We are out of combat.
Oh,
you all
hell
can
yeah.
Move leisurely your characters around. I will get rid of If anyone wants to do anything, let me know. But
Yeah.
you all eventually, I would say, do group up during the calm and find yourselves gathered around this sort of shrine and dark hole in the ground.
Somebody help me push this into the hole.
Hold up. I want to take a look around before we do anything.
I want to.
What's down
Yeah,
the hole?
can I like investigate it or something?
Sure.
Can you send a... Oh, can you send a light down there?
Yeah, hang on.
Yeah, one sec.
What do I see in front of me? Like, I'd like to make knowledge checks before I do anything.
So I would say Owen's making a religion check. Bellador made an investigation. Looking at the religious significance of the statue, it does seem to be some sort of, not necessarily a patron or a deity, but maybe a follower / respect to the realm of death, to the domain of death, and some sort of necrotic being. This is basically a scion, or in common terms, considered a angel of death. The fact that it is heavily damaged and been misused, as some of you start piecing together what you've talked about and found, this was moved here, not originally here.
So,
Bellador,
do I recognize this as evil? Like an evil religion?
Yes, and this is where they made their sacrifices.
Right.
As Bellador then brings in his 2 cents, looking around, you see, looking down with the light spell from own staff, that the hole itself does descend about 30 to 40 feet down, and then curves at an angle more to the east. Like, it goes down and then like turns. Whatever would to fall down here isn't dropping immediately down to a bottom. It seems to go down further than that.
I say we tie some rope to the statue and fall down.
Hang on. That's probably what we'll end up doing. Can I, like, investigate the ground for, like, tracks? Like, a person's been dragged and thrown down in the hole?
While he's doing that, I'm gonna take...
With Bellador's investigation, you do piece together that people have been dragged, willing or unwilling, down and thrown down this hole at some time. You see claw marks into the ground. You see blood dried into the side, and the occasional Silence of the Lambs fingernails against the side.
Looks like Irvin's doing a case around. Bellador,
Yeah.
why don't you start tying off a rope for us to be able to climb the Zoc, and could you
Just
secure
rubble.
the entrance to the cave?
What rope? I don't have any.
We've got rope. Somebody does.
So
We've got an extra.
Irvin, throw me an investigation check.
Oh, 7.
So, looking around, it is a dark cave. So you do end up trying to get closer than you should probably to certain things to get a better feel. You find a lot of dead ends, places that the dwarves tried to mine through and either got bored of or couldn't find anything. The only place you find that maybe goes a different way is more to the south, east of this section of the cave. Aside from everything that has been toppled by boulders or closed off by wooden barricades, though this section has wooden barricades, and you see a lot of webbings and cobbleweb here. You actually see that this curves downward, slanting down into an opening. The cave does get darker, but you do see blood on some of these spikes and a lot of webbing.
Hey guys. There's another way over here.
Okay. I still want to check those chests
Yeah,
too.
I'm gonna go check out what Irvin's talking about over here.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Go do that. I'm
Left
going to
wing.
investigate for traps.
Don't leave me all alone in this darkness.
Can I divine sense?
Sure.
Whee!
Close as I can to the.
As you cast Divine Sense and kind of scan it around where you're moving, there's nothing immediate that that triggers it. However, you do feel a very heavy sense of some sort of celestial energy. And as you kind of turn yourself to figure out where it's coming from, immediately the spell sort of ends. It didn't feel close, but it was weird that there was a celestial sense, not from within the cave, but outside the cave, further out.
Oh. Wow. Okay.
But as for something fiendish and devilish close enough, you feel like your radius, though you were expanding it during the time frame, it eventually was cut short before you could get deeper into it. But there is definitely something dark coming from that hole and that statue.
Statue in the hole. Okay. I'll walk back to the guys and let them know what I found over there, and let them know I sent evil in this statue and this something in the hole.
With your also investigation checks on the chest, they don't seem trapped. They seem to be filled with assortment of gold, silver, some jewelry, but not really expensive jewelry, like maybe things they found in the jungle and have offered before. Looking around,
Look to be cursed.
this does bring about a sense of condemnation. There's a sense of
It's a desecrated area.
something like that. With your very low beginning stages of religion, you feel like whatever is here has been put here for a reason.
Okay. Belhador, did you finish tying off that rope?
No, I want to check over
I
here.
tie off the rope and I start climbing down.
I want to do an investigation check for this area over here as well, since didn't everything do very well.
So Irvin's already cased most of the cave. Anything you find over there is basically like broken rope, extra wood, lumber. All the pathways aside from the southern one is blocked off by rubble, debris, or just dead ends.
Wait.
Yeah, I'm just gonna head back to the group then. So I guess we're heading down.
Wait, are we going down in the pits?
I'm already down.
I guess.
Owen's already.
Do bear in mind that our buffs last for 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'm gonna head down the rope as well.
I would say with what has transpired by now, it's been about 5 to 6 minutes of you guys combing everything. The chests, the statue, the entirety of the cave. It's been about, I'll say, 5 minutes since you guys cast the spell. So you do have about 5 minutes left on your spell. Actually, it was actually a little bit more because you cast them before the fight, but that's fine. We'll leave it at an even 5 for now, just so it's easy to remember.
I'll climb down. I'll climb down. It's my better judgment. I'll just move the statue.
I'll go with them. I don't want to go by themselves. I'm gonna come behind them.
Well, I think that our third guide is down the hole.
I think the acolyte's down there too.
Asaka approaches the edge, looks down.
I asked her to stay.
Are you sure you wouldn't need my help?
I'm sure that we might. I'm also certain that I would rather we be able to leave.
I understand.
So, man the rope, secure the cavern.
Understood. Good luck to you and your own. Find her. Bring her back.
Oh, we'll find her.
And call me if you need my talents.
Yes, ma'am. The secret sign will be There you go.
She chuckles as best a were-tiger could. Eku does eventually rush over. And as she does, she will cast Cure Wounds on Irvin for 4. And then she has a second level still. She will cast one. I'll roll 2d8. Wow, I keep writing that wrong. 2d8 on Irvin for 15.
The health?
Yeah.
Was that additional, or is that from the first one? Because I'm like way overhealed.
No, overhealed, but she healed Doldir for 4 and you for 15.
Oh, she healed me. Okay.
She healed you for 4 points, Doldir.
Irvin for 15.
Yeah. Irvin's at max, Doldir, you heal 4.
Ooh.
She comes over, she casts the last of her Cure Wound spells, and she says, "Good luck. It is our fault we didn't watch her. Please."
It's nobody's fault. It's my fault that I thought I could trust him.
We were all fools.
Right.
Let's go.
Crawl down the rope. Can I look at the statue and kind of see if I know anything about it, like recognize it, or know any kind of religious?
I'd say make one more religion check before you guys go down.
I haven't made any, so okay.
It's nothing more you glean from what Owen brought up. It is basically an a offering slash a sign of respect towards the domain of death, what is in a scion, a death scion, or an angel of death. However, the statue just seems to be heavily broken apart and moved often, and as such, there's a lot of wear and tear on it, but it doesn't look too old is the thing.
Yeah. Okay. So it was recently placed here, or made, or something, or both.
Probably within the last few centuries. Nothing compared to some of the stuff you've seen in your more recent adventures back in Waterdeep or wherever.
Okay.
But with that, you all tie off a rope around this statue's base. Azaka, in were-tiger form, watches around the perimeter, and Eku watches as you all push and pull each other down gingerly this tunnel of evil. And with that, we're going to end tonight's session.
Figured as much.
Yeah, I was gonna get something like that.
But that was a good session. That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Do we level? Do we level?
We have to do a long rest anyways.
To
We do need a lot.
To be perfectly honest, you guys are basically a long rest away,
Hey.
but also a very dangerous encounter away as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, great job, guys. Well done. You guys did very well. Great rolls, great strategy, great teamwork, all of that. Did get a lot of good information, but yeah, it was good. It was good. We covered a lot of ground too.
I enjoyed it. Some funny moments too. Some pretty cool.
Yeah, some bad rolls.
Dying, jumping off
Broke his legs.
breaking, falling, and
Twice in a
A
row.
lot of top turnbuckle shenanigans.
yeah, there was a lot of